today. Let's go live. Hey guys, how you going? So down BK Sport. We're ready to rock and roll. Yes, sir. We are ready to rock and roll as we are here for Saturday footy. Just making sure that microphone's working and we are all gravy, baby. We are here as the St. George Illawarra Dragons are playing host to the South Sydney Rabbitohs down there at Wollongong. It looks like it is a beautiful day there. The wind is always strong in Wollongong. I tell you, I'm experienced down there, been there a few times, and it is a really awkward wind. So I'll see if the Rabbitohs are going to be able to put up with that one today, and it is going to be a hot one too. Actually, let's have a look at the Wollongong heat, Wollongong weather, because I hear there's like a heat wave coming across Australia right now. So it's 27 degrees now. It's not too bad. They were talking how hot it was. They were talking about how hot it was down there on the commentary, but it's 27 degrees right now. 27's warm, but I wouldn't go as far to say it's hot. I wouldn't go as far to say it's too crazy. So, look, it's going to be an interesting game. There's quite a few storylines to do with this one. Obviously, these two teams are a bit of a rivalry. They go down past a lot of years. This would be going back. Actually, when did the Dragons come into the competition? I'm not talking St. George Illawarra Dragons. Obviously, you've got I'm not even going to pretend that I can't even think right now. To be fair, guys, like, you got to give me a bit of a break today. I had a wild day yesterday for Holly, right? So please forgive me for not having the brain capacity to remember when the St. George Dragons or Illawarra Steelers came into the competition. But anyway, long story short, these two teams do have a rivalry going back a long way. And yeah, ex-players from both teams are playing on either side here today. Damien Cook, Lachlan Ilias, the likes, right? So it's going to be super, super interesting. Last week for the Dragons, they did come up against the Doggies and they lost that one in it was a blowout, but it wasn't. Like, it wasn't even blowout. Actually, I won't even say that. It was a big enough score for the Doggies of 28-20. But it was close for the first half, and the Dragons seemed to run out of steam and then found that second win, but they were too late to find that second win. Like, the Dogs won 28-20. I wasn't super convinced with them. I also wasn't super convinced with the Dragons. And we're going to have to see 5 to 7 rounds. You're going to hear that a million times over the next 5 rounds, guys. Everyone's going to ask, what's your opinion on this team and that team? And truly, you don't know shit until 5 to 7 rounds in, which is point in emphasis because of yesterday's games. Yesterday's games proved to everybody why you cannot go based off of a round 1 performance. Now, I didn't have the balls to tip the Warriors. I didn't. But I did say to you guys on my Instagram and here that I just got a little bit of a sense of something was going to happen there for the Warriors. I did tip Manly. Again, I'm a pussy, man. I did tip Manly still. But, and I am still confident in Manly this season. That one game is not going to change my mind on that. But they can be relatively inconsistent, which is what happened there. And I didn't look at the Las Vegas games, all 4 teams, and say, that tells me a lot about these teams. Because Vegas is the throwaway. For me, I believe Vegas is a throwaway. So the Warriors come out and win 36-16 there, which nobody tipped. Oh, so close. I didn't do it. Damn it, I'm spewing. And then you've got the other game, which was the Panthers, the 4-time premiership winners, going up against the Roosters. And the Roosters were just a young team with all these players' injuries. They had lost all those players from last year. And they won 38-22. And that right there is why you need to give the season a little bit of time before you can really decide what your thoughts are on all these teams. Because nobody would have really tipped those 2 games yesterday correctly unless you're a fan of the Warriors and unless you're a fan of the Roosters. So you go into this game with a completely fresh mind. If you're a Rabbitohs fan, obviously you beat the Dolphins last week, but it absolutely wasn't convincing. You only won 16-14, and there was a few issues in regards to that game as well. So this is a fresh start here for both these teams, in my personal opinion, even though the Rabbitohs do have 2 points to their season. And you take that, right? You just take that, you run with it and say, look, I don't care how we played at the end of the day. We got the 2 points, and now we go again this week and we get better for it, right? Which is kind of what the Knights did. The Knights didn't look absolutely good at all, actually, against the Tigers, but won 10-8. And then they looked really good the other day against the Dolphins. So it changed around quickly, man. You changed around quickly, especially early part in the season. This is where you're trying to figure yourselves out. This is where you're trying to find out what kind of team you are. But let's get into the 2-team lineups here for today. Yes, before anyone says, oh, but it says 9:30 a.m. on the screen. Like, what's going on? Why is this game starting at 9:30 a.m.? It is not. It's just that I'm in India. So this is my time zone right now. And it is currently 9:20 in the morning. So I'm up early, ready to rock and roll for this one. Not early for a lot of people, but for me, relatively massively early. But all right, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get into it. So the St. George Illawarra Dragons come to this game from 14th. The Rabbitohs 7th, but who cares about the table right now? This is at Wynn Stadium in Wollongong and beautiful conditions. Now the ins here, Blake Laurie and Tyrell Sloan, with Dylan Egan and Ryan Couchman being out. The fullback is Clint Gutherson as the captain, with the wingers being Christian Tuipulotu and Tyrell Sloan. You go to Moses Sully in the centres alongside Val Holmes. Let me just make sure this is good. There we go. Yep. So Val Holmes and Moses Sully in the centres, with Carl Flanagan as the 5'8" and Lachlan Elliott in the halfback. You go to the props, Emre Gula and Blake Laurie front row, with Damien Cook as the hooker. Back row is Lucian Leilua and Jaden Stewart, with Jack DeBellin as the 13. Interchange of Toby Couchman, Jacob Little, Raymond Fatala Mariner and Hamish Stewart. 18th man replacement is Matthew Fienai. Obviously, Shane Flanagan is the coach. Look, it's on paper, it's a really odd team. It's a really weird team, and this is why I tipped them pre-season in 8th, because they do have some really solid players, and they do have players with talent, but it just doesn't really kind of push it over the line for me. I don't know what it is. I predicted them for 8th position this season, and I don't really look too much at that round 1 game against the Dogs. They just need to really... I don't know if their match fitness was ready for that one, really, because, again, as they came out of the sheds at half-time, they just didn't really look up to it until, the last 15 minutes or so, where they found that second wind. You know, Gutherson is a good fullback, but he's not going to be that X-Factor guy that gives you those X-Factor plays. The wingers are Sloan and Tuipulotu. I don't mind. Defensively, a little bit how you going, but I don't mind them on the wings. Cillian Holmes is a good centre pairing. The halves is a superior concern of Ilias and Carl Flanagan. Obviously, Ilias came across from the Rabbitohs after a long-term injury, and he was their scapegoat, so hopefully he doesn't go to the Dragons and become their scapegoat if things don't go to plan. But I could see the Dragons really struggling at the beginning part of this season overall, and then kind of really mustering something throughout that Origin period. But then again, Val Holmes probably plays Origin, yes. Is that it? Yeah, that would probably be it. Oh, maybe Jaden Stewart, potentially. Maybe Jaden Stewart will play Origin, because he didn't play, I don't believe, Game 3 last year, if I'm not mistaken. So, realistically, you're looking at Val Holmes being the one. I could see this team truly making a bit of a push during the Origin period, because most of their guys, they've got a lot of ex-Origin players, and they've got a lot of guys kind of around this area. So, I don't know. They're just a weird team. They've got a decent enough forward pack. It just doesn't get it there for me. So, look, I'm looking forward to seeing this early part of the season to feel and see where this team is actually at. That's what I'll say about it, because I just don't know how to read them a great deal too far. Now, for the Rabbitohs, you've got ins Bailey, Bentley, Hape, and Fletcher Myers, with the outs being Jack Whiten and Tyrone Munro. So that's a big couple of outs there. Now, I actually had the Rabbitohs in 7th position pre-season. I want to change that. I'm not going to lie. I do want to change that. I think I had a little bit too much hope in Wayne Bennett, but it's very early. Now, the fullback is Jai Gray, with the wingers being Isaiah Tass and Bailey Bentley Hape. The centres are Fletcher Myers and Campbell Graham. 5'8" is Cody Walker, who is the captain, and Jamie Humphreys, the halfback. The front row forwards are Sean Kepi and Davy Mawali, with the 9th, the hooker, being Peter Mumble-Zealous. The back row is Keon Kolomatangi and Jai Arrow, with the 13 being Lachlan Hubner. The interchange is Jaden Sullivan, Sileva Havili, Talis Duncan and Tavita Totola, with the 18th man replacement being Liam LeBlanc, with Wayne Bennett as the coach. The reason I say that I kind of want to adjust my ladder already is because it does seem like there is serious injury concerns at the Rabbitohs. And it's not just because, we've seen Cameron Murray go down injured, but we've also seen Latrell go down injured. Jack White and Tyrone Munro are now out. I don't know if one of them is a suspension or not. I wasn't there to watch the game last week, so I couldn't actually tell you, and I've had a bit too much else on my mind. So you can let me know in the chat otherwise, but it just seems like there's a bit of an injury issue over the last few years at South Sydney, where they do just lose players quite frequently, and big-time players. I don't know if they're going to be able to cope with that. Now, Wayne is a great coach, and I should never doubt him, to be fair, but there has been instances through his career where he hasn't been able to get the best out of a team. For example, the Newcastle Knights. So, yeah, look, I don't know. We'll see how it goes with the Rabbitohs, but they're a bit of a pieced-together team right now, and for that reason, I'm going to have to tip the Dragons. At home, I'm going to have to tip the Dragons in this game, but I don't know shit. You don't know shit. We're all just kind of hoping, based off of somewhat of an educated opinion, that we have an idea of what we're talking about. But, look, I think the Dragons probably have it over the Rabbitohs in this game today, based off of their lineup and I'm going to have to take a shot at them. So, yeah, I'll take Dragons 1 and 12. I don't know if a 13 plus is on the cards. I'll probably go Dragons 1 and 12. I think the Rabbitohs could still could fight hard for it. They've still got guys like Kilol Matangi. They've got Jai Arrow. They've still got Cody Walker. Wait and see on Jamie Humphries, but I do like him as an up-and-coming player. Campbell Graham. And I do really, really like Jai Gray. I truly believe, and I know this is a ballsy call, and we've been saying it for years now, and I know there's other people who have been saying it as well online, is that Jai Gray probably should be their fullback even when Latrell Mitchell is in. I just don't think Trell at fullback is the play, but he's on fullback money, so that's the issue there. I don't think that Wayne will really care too much about that. If he wants to put Trell in the centres, he will, but I just don't know if that's going to happen. I do truly believe, though, that Jai Gray has shown enough that he should be the fullback there, personally. But all right, let's get into the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. I won't suspend it. Thank you, Ben Fricker. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Titans going to win the comp, and we'll be live for that game tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting one. That'll be an interesting one. But yeah, hey says, I'll take a shot at the Rabbitohs, why not? Hey, listen, why not, man? You know, after yesterday, truly, anything can happen. And that's why I said on my Instagram story last night, anything can happen, man. You just don't know. We don't know nothing. It's so early in the season. We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. So... look, that might not be the greatest English, but it is what it is. There we go. Matthew Dixon says Rabbitohs will win today. Hey, well, good luck, man. I could see it well where it happens. Again, I tipped Rabbitohs 7th and the Dragons 8th, so that would make more sense on my long-term season predictions, but you don't make long-term season predictions and base that off of individual games. Like, sometimes you can just think that some teams will be better on a long-term basis rather than the individual basis. But I do think that, yeah, look, that's a couple big outs there. Whiten, Tyrone Munro, Latrell Mitchell, Cameron Murray. Like, it's banking up for the Rabbits. It is banking up for the Rabbits. So that's why I do lean towards the Dragons, even though I'm not 100% convinced on them. I do think that today they should have enough, especially down at Wollongong. It'll be a packed out crowd for sure. Is anyone else 0-2 in tips? Well, there's been 3 games, so if you're 0-2, there's a problem there. I tipped the Knights, so I'm 1-3. I tipped the Knights, and then I tipped the Manly, very disappointing Manly, and then I tipped the Panthers. I'm okay with the Panthers tip because I don't think anybody else would have really tipped the Roosters unless you're a Roosters fan. I guarantee that they were like $11 to win. They were like 11 to 1 to win. The Knights Dolphins was a bit of a 50-50. Don't ask Brenton Eslick, but I took the Knights anyway. And then you've got I'm really annoyed about that Warriors Manly game because there was just something in me. I was feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. I felt it. I felt something up there for the Warriors, and they won. So I'm really pissed off at myself for not trusting my instinct. But with that being said, majority would have tipped Manly as well. So I'm kind of okay with it. Ben Fricker says, I saw a possibility for the Wars, especially in New Zealand. Oh, you say that now, Ben. You never said that before. By the way, colour's still in my hand. I can't get it off. At least it's not as bad as it was yesterday, though. But you say that now. I never saw anyone backing in the Wars besides Warriors fans in on this chat. I never saw it. I've got video evidence that I was saying, like, I think the Wires might have actually a chance here, but I'm not ballsy enough to tip him. There's no way. I'm not listening to it. Jay says, will the scoreboard be on the piss again? Blame the NRL, man. It's not me. I'm not the one who does the scoreboard. I just put the live score in the bottom, and then they do the business, man. They do the business. Come on, man. Gee whiz. Listen. Oh, no. I've just realised. Oh, no. Mitchell's not going to be happy with me. Mitchell's not going to be happy. Guys, do not let Mitchell know that the tuk gif isn't there yet. Oh, no. Forgive me, it was holy yesterday. It was a very, very, very big day, as you would have seen on my Instagram. So, forgive me. The tuk gif will have the day. And it's funny because Sam, Skunkle, actually did message me it too to remind me. So, please forgive me. By the way, 5 minutes to go until kickoff. They're about to walk out actually onto the field, to be fair. They're about to walk out onto the field. Kobe's Mind says, how are you today? Feeling fresh, feeling vibrant, man. Feeling a lot more comfortable in a foreign country because I've been here for a little bit now. Oh, only 5 days, but I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable now. So, no, it's good, but wow, it's an experience. It's an experience, man. The time clock. I mean, no, I know what you're talking about. Crispo says, I see a similar game like the Bulldogs versus Dragons. I don't know. Yes, I guess, because that game didn't really fall into line with how you would have expected that game to go. I would have expected that game to be a little less scoring than 28-20. I could see this game being around a similar scoreline as because the defenses aren't necessarily up to scratch in that regard. So the Rabbitohs did have a close game, low-scoring game last week, though, 16-14 or whatever against the Dolphins. So maybe it's a lower-scoring game. But I think that this game The scoreline from that Bulldogs-Dragons game probably does suit this game more. I don't think it necessarily suited what you would have expected out of a Bulldogs-Dragons game, so I'll agree with you, yeah. Dugenhausen says, Sewer was average in Origin last year. I agree. A lot of people disagree with you, but I agree with you. I do agree. Nate says, G'day Blaze, mate. Chicken vindaloo for brekkie. I haven't even been able to have brekkie, so I went down to the little shop before. Nothing really opens here early, man. Like, it's 9:30. Nothing really opens here early. Kind of opens in like half an hour at 10 a.m., but I really want butter chicken. I really do, because butter chicken comes from Delhi. Like, that's where it originated. But I bought like some cookies and stuff like that just so I can have a snack, because I've got to do 3 games today. We've got this game, then we've got the Cowboys Sharkies game, and then the Canberra Raiders vs Broncos game, which I'm actually excited for that game too. So, no, I haven't even had breakfast yet. I've literally got a Pepsi. They don't even have Coke Zeros and Pepsi Maxes here for the most part. Dead set, you can barely even buy it. I prefer Coke Zero and I prefer Pepsi Max, but you can only really get Coke and Pepsi here. Ben, forget that's right. Adam Sparks says, I'll forgive you for not falling for my trap on the Thursday up the wires. Adam, I said to you, I have a feeling, but I don't have the balls for it. And also, you're a Warriors fan, so you're expected to tip your team. By the way, that's a beautiful shot of Wollongong Stadium with the beach in the background. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful there. But alright, the Rabbitohs will kick this ball off to the Dragons, and the Dragons will bring it out from their own in-goal. Slowing up to Blake Lauren with the big bobber at the back. Bushka gets it to the 15. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let me refresh this because Jay forgot to do his job. Of course he forgot to do his job. That's always the way. It's always the way. I'll have to... Oh, it is, by the way, Jay. Yep. Yeah, no, the scoreboard, the time is all over the shop already. So, third tackle now, and the Dragons will bring it out here to the 40. Isaiah Tamati says, Warriors vs Roosters next weekend should be a good game. I'm not going to bite too much on the Roosters after yesterday. I thought that was a good performance, but I think that was more of a eat a dick kind of to everybody else who was tipping against them kind of deal and doubting them. So I feel like they had a lot of reason to win that. But like the Warriors, I wouldn't go too heavy on either. That is a bit of a 50-50 game in a way. I would probably lean towards... Is it in New Zealand or is it in Sydney? So Rabbitohs with the ball now, second tackle at the 20. Is it in New Zealand or is it in Sydney? If it's in New Zealand, I'm probably tipping the Wires. I still might tip the Wires. I truly will. I may. We'll see. It's Bailey Bentley Haper's on NRL debut today, by the way. Kobe's mind says, I got Dragons 13 plus, but that's biased. I'm a huge Dragon supporter. I have us to be top 4. Okay. We've got Dragons in the top 4 in the chat already. And for us to be beat Penrith in the grand final, that's my prediction for the year. Yep, well, welcome to the bias brigade. Fit tackle. Don't worry, I've got the Titans to win the comp undefeated as well. We're the only team currently that has not conceded a single point throughout the season. So you can't argue with it right now. You can't. Tell me I'm wrong. Have the Titans conceded a point this season? Answer is no. Answer is no. So, you know, you're talking the Dragons, but I've got the physical evidence. I get the physical evidence here. First tackle for the Dragons at the 25. This will be a bit of a tit for tat early doors, I reckon. Matthew Dixon says, did you hear about cheese? I have not heard about cheese. At least you removed your nail polish, Jay. Not really, man. Not really. Not really. Skunkle, we can't have comments like that, brother. Come on. I can't read those kind of comments out, man. So, 4th tackle now for the Dragons. I had to tell Jay not to use that comment the other day, so please, we need to be a little bit more respectful than talking about that. Broggy Sports says there's a few random South fans in the crowd. Well, they're not really random, are they? This is a Rabbitohs game. It's a Rabbitohs game here. 45 metres out for the Dragons, and Lachlan Ilias, the ex-Rabbitoh, is going to put that ball up into the air, and it will be Jai Gray, grabs it at the 5. He's got plenty of space to work with, but he'll get slapped down at the 13. Actually, how many ex-players here are there? So... there is Ilias, who was at the Rabbits. Not Flanagan, he was at the Roosters. There was Damien Cook, who was at the Rabbits as well. Oh, that might actually be it. Jaden Sullivan used to play with the Dragons with the Rabbits. Anybody else? Davy Mawali, he was at the Dragons, wasn't he? I think Davy Mawali was at the Dragons, if I'm not mistaken. Jamie Humphries was Manly. I think they're the ones. Davy Mawali, maybe. Jaden Sullivan. Tavita Totola wasn't, I don't think. And then obviously you got Damien Cook and Lachlan Ilias. Alright, so Dragons now will bring this ball out from their own 13. Like I said, this will be a tit for tat early. Negan says, up the mighty Roosters. Yeah, good win for you guys yesterday, man. I gave you guys your credit yesterday on the story. Matthew Dixon says, we are cheese end up for next year. Oh, where? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I heard that I heard the Rabbitohs might go for him. I think that might... I don't know if that necessarily suits them. Dragons second tackle at the 35, now third. I don't know if the Rabbitohs suit him, but they do need an experienced hooker because currently they're going with Peter Mamouzelos, who's a young blood, but the Rabbitohs kind of need as much experience as they can get right now with their injuries and their kind of issues and whatnot. But will Wayne want to go for a guy like, Brandon Smith? I don't know. Welcome to Dance. Yarn says, which country are you in? I am in India. Ben Friggin Sunday, you're going to say butter chicken? I feel like some butter chicken right now, actually. Yeah, well, it originates here, man, and I haven't even been able to have it yet. I have not even been able to have it yet because I've been just so flat out. So we'll definitely be having it. I'm actually seeing Interstellar tonight, to be fair, at the movies, but I'm probably going to find a way to have some tonight. I got a good recommendation from a local yesterday, but that's more for Central Delhi. I'm in like the South area in Hulls Cars. So a good run by Peter Mamouzelos. He gets his ball past the halfway point, 4 tackle. Giovanni Patella says we need a Kohli, Siraj, and BKR collab. Well, Kohli will just go for the swing and he'll nick that one off and he won't come. And see, here we go, left hand side for the Rabbitohs. They kick it through, but the bounce goes straight to Clint Gutherson and he'll be taking down the 8. And Siraj will just get angry and he'll throw something at me. So I don't know if that's going to happen. You in India? Yes, I am. I'm here for 3 months. Logan Paul's says, in 2025, the Titans haven't lost, conceded a point, conceded a penalty, or an error. It's unbelievable, it really is. And haven't missed a tackle either, Scuggle. It really is incredible what the Titans are doing this year. They really have improved tenfold, and it's just incredible to watch. It really has been this is good defense for the Rabbitohs to keep them inside their own 20. 35 minutes to go in the first half. The Rabbitohs are keeping the Dragons back here. And maybe the Rabbits defense could be quite solid on it. Maybe it could be. Again, it's super hard to tell this early in the season. Because they only conceded 14 to the Dolphins. But then again, the Dolphins didn't score too much against the Knights. But the Dolphins look atrocious defensively. The Dolphins look awful defensively. Like, there is genuine concerns. If they play again the same way they have over the first 2 weeks, next week, who do the Dolphins play next week, actually? The Dolphins next week... Dolphins next week will play the Tigers. Okay, listen. I will say I'm putting them as spoon favourites if they play the same way next week and lose the Tigers. 100%. They will go spoon. It's too early right now, but if they did the same thing next week, you're starting to get serious concerns for them. 4 tackle over the Rabbits to the 35. Now the 30. Good run. Good post-contact meters. I think Keon's playing. I saw him on the team list. Unless it's changed. I think I can see Keon there. Rabbitohs now 19 metres out. Cody Walker rolls it back into Peter Mamouzelos. Couldn't get a quick play the ball because there's a player in the way. He kicks it through for himself. Drop ball. Oh, it's going to be a dropout here from the Dragons. Geez, a little bit of an awkward, wonky bounce. And good kick from Mamouzelos. He's actually had the best start of the team so far in the first 7 minutes. He's had the best start in his first 7 minutes. He had that really big run through the middle, which got about 15 or so metres. And then kicks it through from himself there, which Damien Cook drops it. He tries to get back, couldn't get it, and then it has to be slapped away by Lachlan Ilias. I'm just so neutral this week because the Mighty Storm have the bye. No, you're a Titans fan this week. So the Rabbitohs now will be taken down to the 15. Trying to get the strip there was Leilua, but he couldn't get it. So it's going to be Campbell Graham at the 10. Here's the first attack of the game. Can the Rabbitohs get over the line? Can they do it? They're definitely starting off the much better of the two, which is a bit of a difference to what we saw last week with the Dragons, where they were much better at the start. Maybe they've tried to adjust their energy early on because they did die in the arse in the beginning of the second half. So 6 again now for the Rabbitohs. They're 3 metres away from the line. Welcome to Dance. Jan says, bro, I'm a Titans supporter, bro. No, I know. No, I'm aware. Yeah, big Titans fan. Big Titans fan. So we held over the line there. 6 again, by the way. 6 again. So the Rabbitohs will be first tackle at the 10. Oh no, what's Adam said? No, can't read. Sorry, mate. No, I only understand Hindi, mate. Can't read English. I apologise. So second tackle here for the Rabbitohs. They'll be 3 metres away from the line. That one probably didn't deserve a timeout if you timed him out, by the way, Skunkle. If you removed it, sure, but I don't think that one probably deserves a timeout. I can't see if you timed out or removed, so forgive me if you just removed it. Third tackle now, 13 metres away from the line. 8 minutes into the first half. Cody Walker off to Kolombatangi. And Kolombatangi is going to be 5 metres away now from the line. He's still pushing, but he'll be held. Third tackle, 3 out. Ibrahim says, who isn't a Titans fan? It's a great question that really I must ask the world, really. It's just fascinating to see that everybody here is a massive Titans fan. Fit tackle 3 metres away. The Rabbitohs have not been able to get a great deal of attack here. Out the back to Cody Walker. Cody Walker, big pass across to Kolomatangi. Flick pass to Jai Gray, kicks it through. Knocked back. What just happened? I think this might be a penalty try. I think this may be a penalty try here, lads. Jai Gray might have been held back. It's either a sin bin or a penalty try. This may be a try here. That was well worth a minute timeout. Mitchell, I promise you tomorrow, by the way. I promise you tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about, I promise you. It was a big day for me yesterday. If you saw on Instagram, you'd know it was a big day for me. I promise you tomorrow. So Dragons knocked this ball back. I'm pretty certain this is going to be a penalty try because Jai Gray gets tripped up here. And he would have got it. Elias is pulling him back. 100%. 100%. It'll be... Yep. He would have got it too. It's a penalty try, but it's not an 8-point try. What do you mean to see the impact that it has? It clearly has an impact that it is a penalty try. It's just not an 8-point try because he doesn't score it. If he had scored this, then it would have been a penalty try for an 8-pointer. Correct. In our opinion, a try would have been scored. Yes, we came to that conclusion about 100 years ago. All right, so it's going to be a penalty try here to the Rabbitohs. Again, to clarify for a lot of people who don't necessarily understand, if Jai Gray had have actually scored that try and put it down, it would have been the 4 points, and then it would have been a try in front from where they got it, and then it would have been also a kick from in front for an 8-pointer. If they miss the first one, they still get the second one, so it's a 6-point basically guarantee. But he didn't end up scoring this try, which means that it's just the 4 and then the 2 in front. So they don't have to kick it from... he does. I don't think he has to kick it from where he scored it. It's just from right front. So that'd be 6-0. Just as I'm riding on the street right now. Hey, listen, man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I put my hands up. My red hands, which should tell you. I've got red here. I've got red here. I look like I've been beaten on my throat, you know, but it's just literally like colours and shit from yesterday. So you can understand that it was a pretty big day. But try time. Try time for the Rabbitohs. Try time. It's about to be 6-0. When was the last time we saw an 8-point try anyway? I think there was one last year, wasn't there? I can't really remember. There's definitely been one within the last 2 years. I don't think they scored it. I think that was an 8-point try last year, but they missed the kick from the sideline. So they got the 6 points, but I'm pretty certain it was an 8-pointer. It might have been the Dragons, actually. It might have been the Dragons. Could be wrong. But Jamie Humphries here from right in front. He will smack it over. So it is 6-0 to the Rabbitohs. 10 minutes gone. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. Sunday must have been happy yesterday. Yeah, I saw the Roosters fans getting up and about. Yesterday. Of course they were. Of course they were, man. Yeah, no, good tips coming from there, Jake. Very good tips coming from there. We all love the tip, don't we? All love a good tip. But 6-0 to the Rabbitohs, and they have deserved it. They were the better team to start off this game, by far. I'm really intrigued. After yesterday, I'm so concerned about that Sharks-Cowboys game. I want to go all in and say Sharks 13+ here, because I believe that they are clearly the better team. But after yesterday, I'm just like, shit, I don't know anymore. You know, I just don't know. And it's not to do with the Sharks or the Cowboys. It's just to do with the fact that both the Roosters and the Warriors completely turned around their round 1 form. Like, the Roosters lost by 50 to the Broncos. And I could see a world the Raiders win today against the Bronx too. I can't believe the Bronx are as heavy favourites as they are because I don't actually mind the Raiders. But based off of yesterday's results with the Warriors going compared to the round 1 game, you could easily see the Raiders lose well as well because they looked great there. So did they look bad here? Sharks didn't look bad in that game. But Ashley Klein was just being Ashley Klein. Actually, is Ashley Klein refereeing today? Is Ashley Klein refereeing today? If he is, then I'm scared. I'm scared for the... I don't know who to be scared for, but I'm scared for somebody. Fifth tackle lead for the Rabbitohs. They get this ball out here to the 35. Ilias passes it off to Jamie Humphries, who gets whacked mid-tackle. It is Klein, by the way. And it goes... It's a penalty for an offside. Damn. So Humphries gets slapped in the tackle mid-air while he's kicking it, which is fine. Damien Cook with a great tackle there. And then the Rabbitohs player was offside. So not only did the kick not go far, but the Dragons will get a penalty from the 50. That's a crazy turn of events, man. Crazy. Adam Smart says, how long are we going to be here to get that timing out power? I'm always on the receiving end. Well, firstly, you talk too much shit about the greatest man alive, and that's Desi Hasler. But secondly, you know damn well, justifiably so, why you get timed out for the most part. You know damn well, justifiably so. But then again, apparently you only got timed out for a minute. So I'm okay with a minute timeout for like banter. The 5-minute timeout comes for like legit timeouts, but the 1-minute timeout is just for a bit of banter because you don't miss out much. Yeah, you do. Yeah, everybody who has... yes, Mitchell. 3rd tackle. I'll read that in a second. 4th tackle. Oh, he's lost the ball. It's gone backwards, they say. The play on. The Dragons are going to score on the wing. Well, I don't know if this is good because we might come back and see this as a knock-on. So Ashley Klein's allowed this to be a try. Never trust what Ashley Klein says, but it may be. So 6-4 here to the Rabbitohs with the kick to come to the Dragons, but I need to see... how that ball comes out. The Rabbitohs defense was broken on the back of the fact that this was just an absolute schmozzle. Alright, so the ball goes there. Oh, does he roll it back? It actually has gone backwards. This is going to be a try. So he's come down to the ground and just like flicked it backwards. It didn't look normal live. It looked like a knock-on live, but when you look at that, he does flick it back. Try confirmed, yeah, it's a try. Wow, Ashley Klein. Unbelievable. I'm riding home. Yeah, it is a pass backwards. That's a surprise. Ashley Klein got it right. But Mitchell said that you have to donate $500,000 to do so, Adam. Yes, and that is 500,000 USD. None of this New Zealand dollars stuff, Adam Smart. You donate 500,000 New Zealand dollars, and it works out to be about $1.50 Australian. So it's a little bit more than that. But USD is the preferable currency there. So all moderators have to go through that process. Greg Martin says the Rabbits need Dwayne Bennett. No one needs Dwayne Bennett. Daniel Bates says, morning, Blaze. I swear I thought a young Laurie Daly was doing the stream today at first glance, minus the conch. Don't know what the conch means, but sure. You know, Laurie Daly, I've never gotten that one before. I've never gotten that one before. I've never got... I get Daniel Ricciardo. Who else do we get, chat? We get Daniel Ricciardo a bit, and there's somebody else. There was somebody else that we get quite a bit as well. So Valentine Holmes, he'll get this, surely. Oh boy. Oh boy. Commentator's curse, son. Commentator's curse. Oh, conk his nose. Okay. My nose is beautiful, man. I got a beautiful nose. I got a beautiful nose. I'm never saying that someone's got a kick ever again. Laurie had a shocker of a nose, Jay says. Yeah, well, there you go. That's why he said minus the nose. Got a beautiful one. So Nate J says, Adam not too smart. Well, he insults Desi Hasler too much, so we can't have that. We can't have that. Every time he insults Desi Hasler is immediately a 1-minute timeout. So it is 6-4 to the Rabbitohs with 27 minutes to go the first half. People who don't know the channel, they think it's like a huge like offense if you get timed out here, and it's like, no, we kind of time out banter reasons. Yeah, we'll more so hide. Oh, what the hell is that? It's like a little squirrel thing. There's like a little squirrel in the tree out there. It's like camouflage, but I see him. But yeah, like a minute timeout is for banter. 5 minutes timeout is because you've probably been a dickhead. And then if you get hidden, there's a big reason for it. We don't hide too much here. All right, so the Dragons, the great offload. And they get it away again. Jaden Silva, if they had to pass it one more time, he gets the offload away now to Blake Laurie. And Laurie will get taken out to the 45, 4th tackle. Society says, BKR, can you please explain how the Bondi double shot oak latte sippers beat Penrith? I don't know. I'll give you that answer. Is that an acceptable answer? I don't know. Because again, I didn't tip them and I did not see a world that they won. I didn't see a world they won. I saw a world the Warriors would win, which I said, but I never saw a world the Roosters would win. So it just came down to the fact that they had to prove everybody wrong. Great catch there from the Rabbitohs. Great catch at their own 15 or so, I think it is. Yeah, 15 or so out. Yeah, I would say that, Rooster, man. I'll give you that with heart and skill. I think it was more so heart. Sorry, I shouldn't take away the skill part because you have to be skilled to win that. But I do think that I genuinely believe that the Panthers didn't look great in round one, and I do think they got absolutely carried across the line in the second half. I do think they've lost one too many players, which is why I dropped them down to 3rd. And I don't think they drop below 3rd still. But they are very much susceptible. That Panthers team would not have lost that game last year. Or the year before that. Or the year before that. I just don't think there's a world they ever lose a game to a bunch of young blood and with the Roosters issues and whatnot. I don't think they ever lose that game with the players like Jerome Luai and with all those kind of players. Good run for Clint Gutherson there to the 15. So I think it is a little bit of a changing of the tide. We can see the Panthers being quite susceptible and catchable, is what I would say. But again, it's round 2. Maybe I just think that the Roosters had a lot to play for. You know, a lot of ego to play for, really, because they needed to prove to themselves, let alone the fans, that I can hear the outside noise, and the players do hear the outside noise. I don't care what they tell you; they all hear the outside noise. They just pretend that they don't. So they all hear it, they all see it, but they needed to prove to themselves and to the fans that, hey, we're still professional rugby league players. Because at the end of the day, you can come 17th in the NRL, Rabbitohs catch the ball at 15. You can come last. You can be the Tigers. Tigers have won 3 wooden spoons in a row. They've come last, last, and last. But every single one of those players on that team is much better than anyone watching this, much better than me, much better than everybody else in Australia. You know why? Because they're still professional players. So that's why when you get that underrating kind of feeling about a team, there's always that chance of an upset and a surprise because those players are still some of the best in the business. They're a part of the best 17 teams in the competition. So no matter who you are, that's a high tackle. That's a high tackle. Okay, Ashley Klein, let's pretend it didn't. No matter who you are, you always have a chance because they are professionally paid players who play rugby league. So that's my opinion. And that's why a surprise is a surprise, but I understand the surprise. First tackle now for the Dragons at the... I nearly said the Rabbitohs, I'm not going to lie. At the 28. And now Luchan Leilua to the 35, second tackle. Old Loza Snozza. Daniel Bates is a great player who saw his high tackle on Jonathan Davies back in the day, though. A lot of people here probably wouldn't have been old enough for that. I don't even think I would have been old enough for that. When did Laurie Daly retire? Was it late 90s? Jeez, that's going back a while. Mitchell says, I woke up this morning and thought to myself, Tyrone Sloan will score today in the 41st minute. Sure, Mitchell. Really extremely random, but, you know, we love your work. 41st minute is very specific. If that happens, Mitchell, honestly, if that happens, if Tyrone Sloan scores in the 41st minute, if that happens, you need to buy a lotto ticket today. You absolutely just do. Just one, because it will win. Because it will win. Who did the Titans play this week? I'm just wondering. They play the Dogs tomorrow. We'll be live for the Titans vs Bulldogs tomorrow, and the moderators are going to be working overtime. David says, thoughts on next week's blockbuster Storm vs Panthers Blaze? Is it a blockbuster? It is a blockbuster. I tip the Storm, though. I tipped the Storm above them in the preseason. I think they looked great last week. But then again, no. Is it in Melbourne? Is it in Melbourne or is it at CommBank? So the Rabbitohs will whack that ball up. I don't know yet. I'll do it to be video this week. And now we go. The Dragons will grab the ball here at the 18. Still only a 2-point game here, 18 minutes in. If Laurie played the whole game, they would have won. If Laurie played the whole game, they would have won. I kind of think. Society's Roosters are a bottom 4 team, though. I agree still. I don't think that one game will change that opinion of mine. Like 5 to 7 games, if they're playing as well as they did yesterday, then sure, but they still played like they did last week. So people are very reactionary, man. 4th tackle here for the Dragons. What you'll notice here, I talk a lot about it. People are very immediate and reactionary. Everyone will have the opinion now that the Roosters are a top 4 team. There will be a large amount of people who will say, no, the Roosters are a good team now. They've just proven it. And sorry to the Roosters fans listen to this, but it's not exactly complimentary of the team long term. But everyone will jump on the Roosters wagon and circle jerk them and say they're a contending team because they beat the Panthers. But it's just not true. Last week they lost by 50 to the Broncos. So you've got to weigh in that and then weigh in that and say, well, this is awesome and this sucked really, really badly. So let's see a couple more rounds to see what's more likely to happen, the awesome or the sucked really badly. That is going to be a penalty to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. You need to watch more than just 1 or 2 games to have an idea of what's more likely, the awesome or the sucked really bad. So I've still got the Roosters where I've got them, but I'm open to them going upwards. I'm open to it. Just need to see more. So 20 minutes gone in the first half. It's still 6-4 to the Rabbitohs. Thumbs up and subscribe. Slap it down. It would have been late 90s. Yeah, so that would have been a little bit before my time, Jay, because obviously I was born in 1994. So I would say it's probably about 98, maybe? Around Super League time? Because I don't think he was playing into the 2000s. I don't think he was. again, before my time, but I don't think he was playing in the 2000s because I can kind of remember from when I can kind of remember from maybe like 2001. When I was 7 upwards, I can kind of get a good reminder for what was happening at the time. I didn't have a clue what was happening, but I had an idea, if you know what I'm saying. I was only 7 years old. So it's going to be first tackle here for the Rabbitohs at the 10. And there's a HIA here for Jai Arrow. He's going to come off here 15 minutes. Says, how do you feel about Titans travelling to Belmore in back-to-back seasons? That's all right. That's fine. It's a rugby league field, man. It's an away game. That's how you got to see it. I didn't think Belmore was as aggressive as a core was for the Dogs fans. Daniel Bates says, 1989 World Club Challenge, Old Trafford, good game. That was 5 years before I was born, Mr. Daniel Bates. That was 5 years before I was born, sir. Mitchell says, it did happen. NRLs.com scoreboard is wrong. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. I get what you mean now. People are going to come in here like, that's the wrong time. I'll refresh it, but I'm pretty certain. Can someone here actually go and check on NRL.com and just think, because maybe it's an India thing. Maybe it's just like it's messing up because I'm in India. I don't know. Second table, can you check on your NRL.com that it is actually moving at the right time? Because this is live on my thing, but maybe it's just something because I'm in a different country. I don't know. Third tackle here, 3 meters away. Mamazelis with the try time. Right under the post. I've actually really liked Mamazelis today. I've really liked Peter Mamazelis. I think he's been the Rabbitohs' best player. He had a really great run. I don't know what I just heard. Oh, is it an India thing? Oh, so it's not. It's actually working normal over there. Well, fair enough. There you go. But Mamazelis had that really, really big run early. And then he also had that little kick that ended up getting the dropout. And then yeah, goes and scores right there. Beautiful. So maybe I might have to go with a different scoreboard then. If that's the case. Oh, I know why. Because my time zone. I know why it is. Because my time zone has got me here. So if I change my time zone. Maybe if I change my time zone while I'm here on my computer. Oh, my VPN is connected, is it? No, it's not. My VPN is not connected. Okay, so if I'm able to, if I can try and change my time zone, maybe that'll be fine. I don't know. We'll try. Well, while there's been a try, it's going to be a conversion from right in front. Rabbitohs have been the better team. Time and language. So let's try and put myself on. So don't set time zone automatically. Let's put our time zone currently in Brisbane because we don't want to live on a time zone in New South Wales, which is a lie. Yeah, now it's working finally. So it says 20 minutes in now. All right, so let me refresh it. There you go. Oh, it's already done. Beautiful. So there you go. Now it's working. I just needed to change my time zone. Tony Bates says, yes, Laurie came off the bench that day. He was a quality player for many years, wasn't he? Billy says, go South. Laurie Daly was an amazing player. Oh, incredible player. Nate J says, seen one bloke saying Chooks will win the comp after last night. There you go. They're probably a Roosters fan, but there you go. That's why I'll always say it how it is in my opinion here, my perspective, and you can take it for what it is. But I will always say that people are immediate, they're reactionary, and they don't take into account multiple games. They don't take into account a season. You go through halfway through the season, a team can be in like 4th last, and then it's a knock on for the Rabbitohs off the try, so it's going to be Dragons ball here at the 20. It's a good play. Kolomatangi will make the mistake. You can give it halfway through the season, and let's go and say the Titans, for example, my team, so that I don't piss anybody off, because it is what it is. So say the Titans are in 4th last, and then they go and win a random game against the Cronulla Sharks, who are a very good team, and they win it in either a close game that looks really, really good for that one game, but the previous weeks they lost like 3 weeks in a row or 4 weeks in a row. People will adjust their opinion based off of that one game to say they're making the finals. Now, a Dragon's going to score immediately. No, taking down 10 metres out. Tease up's close. They will adjust their mindset completely based off of that one game to say they're making the finals. And that happens for all teams. I'm just using the Titans as an example. People don't look at anything except for the immediate game they've just watched. And then they tell you, you're wrong because this is what happened. So it sucks because you get people saying you're only as good as your last game. And it's like, whilst that's cool and all, it's not necessarily true. You're not only as good as your last game, you're only as good as your half season that's gotten you to 4th last so far. So that's something that people are so reactionary, man. 4th tackle, they give it off here to Flanagan. Ilias, good passing. Try time coming up. Bushka! Tyrell Sloan. That was actually a really nicely worked try. It kind of Kamagutsa midway, but they found a way to get the offload and didn't go forward and ends up in a try for the Dragons. This is going to be a back and forth game, man. This is looking like a back and forth game incoming. Bliss says, Sharks don't lose. Oh, that's actually incorrect because I do remember the Sharks losing to the Titans last year in Coffs Harbour. Yes. Coffs Harbour. Harbour on the water? So you'd think the Sharks did quite well. They lost. No, wow. Is it as dirty as they say it is? Oh, in India? So I've got a limited opinion because I've been here for 5 days and I've been in certain areas for these 5 days. I will say it's not wrong. I wouldn't say so far it's as correct as people make it out to be, but I wouldn't say it is wrong of that stereotype. It is still very much dirtier than back home, yes. But I've also been in a kind of hipster, trendier neighbourhood for the first couple of days, and plus I was at Aero City, so I will say, yes, it is dirty, but it's not as significant so far from what you get told. But I've also got told yesterday by a local here at the festival that when I go into like central Delhi, into old Delhi, where like all the monuments are and the larger of the population really resides realistically in Delhi, it is a shit fight. So, yeah, it's an interesting experience, man. There's a lot of things that happen here. But I will say it's not wrong, but it's not 100% correct so far. So 25 minutes in, Valentine Holmes literally cannot kick it from further out, is on the line basically, and he will miss it probably could miss it by further out as well. Daniel Mapatano says, what live stream you watch for? I watch it on Watch NRL, man, because I'm in India, so I can't watch it on KO. But Watch NRL I pay for, and it's easy to watch. Daniel Bates says, is that how it works in Oz? Say you're in Sydney, it's an hour ahead in Queensland, but an hour behind Victoria, for example? No, Victoria and New South Wales, the same time zone. Always. They both have the daylight savings. Queensland is the only sane state in the country, so they don't have daylight savings. Greg Martin says, my tips and shambles this week. I'm 1 from 3. If the Dragons win this, I'd be 2 from 4. But the Rabbitohs, for me, have still been the better team. The Dragons are just capitalising on their limited opportunities that they're receiving. But the Rabbitohs, as a consistent basis across the game so far, have been the better team. But it's a super close game. Reese Man says, Chooks are a majority team of young blokes without experience. They will only get better. You can't expect too much first season in. Correct. So do you think that I'm underrating them significantly, or do you understand where I'm coming from in my perspective over the Roosters this season? Mitchell says, I definitely remember the Sharks losing in round 2 specifically. Yeah, no, they did, Mitchell. Yeah, against the Tigers. Yeah, that was the same week that I was at the Titans Bulldogs. And Titans lost 32-0, and myself and Skunkle here, Mr. Sam Wise-Goungy, we were planning to go to that Tigers and Sharks game because I was going to get around the Sharkies to my mum. Lucky I didn't do that because they got absolutely whoopamundos. They got slapped harder than Will Smith and Chris Rock. Blessy says, AI is very powerful nowadays. That Cox game was likely fake. No, I was there. No, it wasn't on TV or anything, mate. It was actually, I was there live. But there was a game last year. That's going to be Rabbitohs ball here at the 15. There was a game last year. That was 44-0 to the Sharks of the Titans. Now, that was actually like a laser show on the field. It wasn't actually the real game. So that was fake. Yeah, no, that was fake. It was one of those like hologram laser shows. 44-0 didn't happen. But the Coffs Harbour game, no, that was legit. They don't have the technology in Coffs Harbour. On the Gold Coast, we're the elite of the elite. So it was just like a laser show that was kind of showing what it would feel like to lose. We don't know about that on the Gold Coast. So you got to really come to terms with that, Blitzy, and understand what real life is like. And Coffs was definitely real, but Seabus, wow. That was an incredible laser show. I wish they didn't put that kind of laser show on. It would have been nice to at least get a try and have a bit of fun. But, you know, we've got to chuck a dog a bone sometimes, you know, for Cronulla. Your computer generated. Yeah, well, you could argue that if you haven't met me before. Some people in this chat have met me. But if you haven't met me before, then maybe. Maybe I am fake. Maybe I am. Beep, boop, beep. Maybe. David says 58 degrees there about a month ago, Blaze. 58 degrees here in Delhi? I don't think so. It's not summer yet. 58 degrees? Where? Where here? Real Fan Sports says he's definitely fake, bro. Maybe, man. You know, maybe I've got to come to terms with myself. Maybe I'm a robot. Dragons here, left-hand side, have thrown the ball over the... Oh, he's got it. Oh, just before it goes over the sideline. Oh, they've called knock on. Oh, sure, I didn't realise. CGI support. Hey, maybe. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. That's me. And robots, technically, CGI AI robots may not know. Where's the knock on there, by the way? Oh, they're saying knock on Rabbitohs, maybe. Sorry, no. Are they saying knock on Rabbitohs? Yeah, it is. Yeah, knock on Rabbitohs. So Dragons ball here at the 40. But robots and that don't know that they don't exist and that they're just robots. And maybe inside here, inside my red holy coloured hands, maybe it might be just beep boop beep. Maybe. First tackle now for the Dragons at the 45. Elias at the back now. No, he doesn't pass it. He'll get taken out at the 40. Oh, I just realised there's about a 30-minute break in between this game and the next game. Maybe I'll be able to rush down and grab something to eat in between. Because I'm so hungry. Oh, Gubbo's away! Gubbo! At the 30! Oh, they've knocked it on! Oh, Val Holmes knocks it on. Gee whiz. Society says, yeah, that was actually a whale spotted in Surfers Paradise. Super random comment, but sure, thank you. Daniel Bates says, but good luck to those players. Hope they smash it. Who are you talking about? Rooster Man saying they will only get better is a terrible saying. They say a lot here in the UK too. It's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true, but with that being said, he's a Roosters fan, so of course he's going to expect that. Of course he's going to expect that and also hope for them to get better. But I understand, I hate the word potential. I hate the word potential in European football specifically. Everyone's always the next Messi or the next Ronaldo. The next Maradona. Max Headroom. Don't know what it means. David says, yeah, in India, but somewhere in India. Oh, there you go. Maybe. I don't know. That would have been like the wintry period. It's not. They don't live by summer and winter and whatnot here, autumn, spring. So maybe, sure, but it would have been here. I'm going out soonish, like in about a month or so, to Jaisalmer, which is out near Pakistan on the west. Oh, they're away! He's away! Mozasuli! Tuipulatu! Tuipulatu the 35, the 30, 25. Good tackle by Jai Gray. I get confused between Mozasuli and Tuipulatu a lot, but that was Tuipulatu who gets the ball to the 25. Here come the Dragons. Flanagan gets it off to Couchman. No, it's Stewart, who's 15 metres out. 4 line breaks for the Dragons. 1 of the Rabbitohs. Off to Flanagan. There's a try coming up. Yitzum! Oh, unbelievable defence by the Rabbitohs. Unbelievable defence from the Rabbitohs there. Wowee. Oh, it's a penalty to the Dragons. That's a great stop there from the Rabbitohs. It would have been a try because it's a penalty to the Dragons. They're going to get the ball anyway, but they're saying high tackle, but they stopped the try, so that's a really good defense in the Rabbits there. Nathan Lamb said, I took South Sydney handicap minus 0.5 better win. Well, I would have taken South Sydney minus 0.5 in yours, not South Sydney. That is a high tackle, by the way. I tipped the Dragons, but it's a relatively 50-50 game, this, as you can see by the score. So 10 minutes to go in the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. The Dragons are 5 minutes away here from the line. 5 minutes out. Jack DeBellin. First tackle. Damien Cook. Big old Damo. Oh, good tackle. Some good defense from the Rabbitohs. It's like their defensive tackle efficiency is probably solid, but they just like break down in defense a couple of times down that right-hand side, which has led to the 2 tries of the Dragons. All right, so there's some blood coming out of there from Saliva Havili. Third tackle now, 3 minutes away from the line for the Dragons. They score here, they can take the lead, or they can miss a kick, and it can be a tight game with 3 tries and no conversions. But it is a hard place to kick from, man. 6 again for the Dragons. The Rabbitohs have had both their kicks from right in front. The Dragons have been kicking from the wide, and it's very windy at Wollongong always because of the ocean there. Val Holmes will be taken down to the 12. Haven't been a great deal impressed with Val Holmes offensively since coming to the Dragons so far. They flick it out to the left. Dragons are a bit all over the shop offensively at the moment. Hamish Stewart now, 8 metres away, third tackle. Damien Cook off to Flanagan. Flanagan! Oh, he tripped over as he got hit by Saliva Havili. 4 tackle, 5 metres away. Damien Cook out to Ilya, short ball. 1 metre away now, fit tackle. I haven't been a great deal impressed with this Dragons offense, but the Rabbitohs defense has been pretty nice in this set. Across the game, really? Dragons catch it! He's short! I don't know. I think he throws this backwards and then it bounces forward. I will say, there's been a couple of tries for the Dragons which are legit, but have been super lucky in the way the ball has come out. And that's going to be the Dragons taking the lead here, 14-12, because they're going to kick from right in front. But he comes down with it, hits the ground, no one's got his hand on him. He throws the ball at the back, and I think someone's hand then hits it back over the try line with the Dragons are there. Let's have a look again. Good hit. Then he gets that one there, Stewart. Stewart then knocks it, yeah, pushes it back. I think it must be... Yes, who grabs that one, goes down. Yeah, it is... yeah, it's off a South Sydney player that comes back. It is off Sean Keppie. It's off Sean Keppie, so this is a try. This is a try. Blizzard says, Val has serious butterfinger quite frequently in those situations. Daniel Bates says, in all seriousness, this AI stuff is creepy as hell. Yes, I understand, no, have the players, I wish them well. The AI is terrifying, man. AI is terrifying, dude. You can make edited videos of anybody, bro. Like, truly. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Like, you can tell when something's AI or not, but this is the earliest stages of AI. It'll get to a point where you can't tell, man. And that's going to be dangerous for people. That will be super dangerous for people, man. Hopefully they turn the weather machine off in India for a while. Adam Smart says, who's the player you think was an all-time great but is never given the credits as the rest? A.k.a. Simon Mannering, Nathan Hindmarsh, Jamie Lyon coming to mind. Even Beaver doesn't get the respect he should. Geez, that's a... I've got to try and scan my brain whilst talking through all the teams and whatnot. You know, like, obviously I'm always going to say Preston Campbell, because Preston Campbell is the greatest player to play for the Gold Coast Titans and was fantastic for the Sharks as well. I don't think he gets regarded as good as he actually should have been, because Preston Campbell was an absolutely fantastic player. Also did so much for the game in regards to the Indigenous versus Māori All-Stars. Well, it was originally Indigenous versus the World All-Stars, but still brought the Indigenous games to us. Has an active influence with the Titans. So, look, I think that, like, for me, I will say Preston Campbell, but for somebody else, like for another team, Donny's a good one, Society. Donny is a good one. But I'm trying to think of, like, players from other teams that didn't necessarily get it. Well, like, I will say, it's hard because you see players like Andrew Fafita at the Sharks, and he was an absolute beast there, and then ruins at the Tigers. So, not ruins at the Tigers, he ruined it somewhere else. Well, he kind of went backwards late on. So people look at the late form rather than the peak form. I don't know. There's so many players just coming through my head right now, and I'm thinking, but are they not thought of the same because of the back end of their career? But you look at their prime, and their prime is unbelievable. Like Andrew Fafita in his prime was incredible. Craig Fitzgibbon's a good one, I'm smart, yeah. Ricky Latelli? No. Latelli was decent. But I wouldn't be saying that it's a... Like, Latelli was fine. He was a big part of the Sharks in 2016, but I wouldn't... We're trying to think of, like, the best of the best players that weren't really given that best of the best kind of caliber. Chad Townsend was good at the Sharks, but he has declined. Yeah, like, he was good at the Sharks, and this is what I said before. Chad Townsend was good at the Sharks. He did his job perfectly. But he also had an incredible team around him where he didn't need to be the star guy, so he could just do his job and not have to be the guy. Now he's had to be the guy at the Cowboys and the guy at the Roosters. So that's where that's why you've kind of seen a lot more of him as a player as well, which has been... And he was also a lot younger then. James Maloney is a great one, Blitzy. I see people disrespect him and say he wasn't actually that good, which is bullshit. Tallis Duncan, fit tackle to the 40. Suliasi Vunivalu, it didn't stay long enough in the game. Like, it's just like Semi Radradra. Semi Radradra would have gone down as the best winger of all time if he stayed in the NRL. He would have gone down as the best winger of all time. He played such a limited amount of time, and yet in every Eels draft you do, you will take Semi Radradra in one of the first 3 picks. Cotobetti didn't play long enough. Marika Cotobetti didn't play long enough. Third tackle here at the 40. I'm trying to think, man. I loved Tony Carroll, but I wouldn't put him into that caliber. I loved Tony Carroll at the Bronx. Nathan says, who has momentum now? I think the momentum slowed down a little bit, but if I was to lean with someone, it would be the Dragons. They just scored a try. They've lost the ball, though, so maybe it just changes around to the Rabbitohs now. So knock on Dragons. Rabbitohs ball here at the 40. But the Dragons are at 14-12. I'd say it's leaning just so slightly with the Dragons until that moment. Now it's back in the favour of the Rabbits, but there really isn't much momentum right now. Jamie Soward, yeah, like he was very good. I wouldn't put him in that caliber though. I think he gets the respect that he is due. I think Jamie Soward gets the respect that he's due. Orge? Who's Orge? Daniel Bates, I love Fitzgibbon. I felt for him in the final whistle in 1999. He was in a flood of tears. 99. Wasn't that the year the Storm beat the Dragons? Wasn't 99 the year... No. 1999. NRL Premiership. Oh, well, it wouldn't be NRL then, would it? Oh, sorry, the Dragons beat the Storm, didn't they? Yeah. So, Craig Fitzgibbon? Was Craig Fitzgibbon playing for them? Yeah, 99 was Storm Dragons. I'm just trying to... Like, was Craig Fitzgibbon playing for them? Because obviously Craig Fitzgibbon's known for his Roosters days. Fourth tackle now at the 20. But then again, it comes down to my age. I was 5 at the time. Out the back, Jai Gray. Jai Gray gets it out wing. No, early pass. No, over the sideline. Over the sideline. And that's... Wow, they caught a penalty here to the Rabbitohs. So no try. It goes over the sideline. But it's a penalty to the Rabbitohs. So Tyrell Sloan apparently is he contacted him high or something? Has he contacted him high here? He comes across. Oh, stop it. Sorry, but that's not a high tackle for mine. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I think Marco Millie is pretty underrated in terms of who was in the best prop conversation. Yeah, but the prop conversation is huge, man. You've got such a good amount of players. You've got Glenn Lazarus. You've got Big Petro, 70 cents a litre. You got... Shane Webke back in the day too was incredible. There's a 4 pass from the Rabbitohs, so Dragons ball here at the 10. Dragons ball here at the 10. You keep going through them. Like, there's just an incredible amount that goes back over 100 years that I would have over Marco Millie. But Marco Millie was a very good player. Sammy Thaiday. Thaiday gets probably what he's due. Everyone knows Sammy Thaiday was a good player and was a big part of of the game. Matt Scott's a good one. Matt Scott was an incredibly tough player for the Cowboys. Won a premiership with him. Was the best front row in the game at one stage. Adam Smart says, who was better, Matt Cooper or Mark Gasnier? Both of them two are in best as well. I would probably go Gasnier. Cooper was a machine, but I would probably go Gasnier. Second tackle now for the Dragons. There's a minute 15 to go in the first half. They lead 14-12 in a super close one. Elias nearly drops. He gets it to Gutho. And then Suli will be taken down now at the 40. 13th Thaiday, excellent player. And that's the thing. You know, some people don't understand how to kind of respect that the grubs are some of the better players in the game. Cameron Smith was one of the biggest grubs, if not the biggest grub ever, and yet best player ever. Truly, it's a part of it. Not that we want it to be a part of it, but it's a part of it. I'm surprised Silly just took that in over the sideline there. So it's going to be Rabbitohs ball here at the 45. 40 seconds to go. Rabbitohs, you got to go for a 2-point field goal if you want it. Nathan Peets, no, bro. No. So I said I don't say Jake Frank because didn't get recognition at Origin level because Cam Smith was always ahead. Did they throw the forward pass off the scrum, the Rabbitohs? That's wild. That is wild. Mumbles Ellis has just thrown a forward pass off the scrum. So now it's Dragons ball with 17 seconds left here. That is insane to throw that forward pass there. Yeah, so a 40-meter field goal would have been on the cards, and now the Dragons could take it if they want to, or they could go for two final couple plays. Billy Slater was a massive grub. Absolutely, the whole Storm team was. That's why they won so much. 13 seconds left here. I just don't think the wind is going to help a 40-meter field goal here. But I think they're going to do it. That's a penalty, really. But you won't call it. Yep, here's a 50-metre field goal. Oh! No. Nowhere near. No. No. Both outside of a pinch. I wouldn't put him in that calibre, personally. But, solid player. Good player. But 14-12 here to the Dragons at halftime. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. The Dragons worked their way back into it. I'd say the Rabbitohs were the better team for the first 30 minutes or so, but the Dragons were the better team over the last 10 minutes and were able to keep up with the Rabbitohs through that first 30 minutes. So I'm still pretty confident that the Dragons win this game, but it's going to be a tight battle back and forth, and it's been an interesting one so far. Not been the most incredible of quality. There's been a few mistakes and whatnot, but overall it was a close game. It's a close game that is probably going to go down to the wire. The possession is 52% to the Dragons, 48% Rabbitohs. 85% completion rate for both teams, 17 from 20 for both the Rabbitohs and the Dragons. That's impressive. But what's more impressive is that through those 17 for 20, the Dragons have 9 more runs than them. They also have 108 more runs than the Rabbitohs. So 885 run meters to the Dragons, 777 to the Rabbitohs. Considering they've both got the exact same amount of sets completed, 108 more meters is quite a lot. Post-contact meters through that as well is about 70 odd, which is wild. 4 line breaks to 1 to the Dragons. 13 tackle breaks to 4 to the Dragons. Average set distance is 44.3 for the Dragons, to 38.89 for the Rabbitohs. Kick return meters is more as well. Play the ball speed's faster for the Rabbitohs, but it's not really doing too much. 5 offloads to 0 for the Dragons. All the stats are favouring the Dragons right now. Tackle percentage, Dragons 97.87% is incredible. The Dragons have only missed 4 missed tackles. They've got 184 tackles made. 97.87% effective tackle percentage on defense is incredible. The Rabbitohs, it makes it look like 88.89% is really bad when it's actually not. 88.89% is fine. Like, that's around the 90% mark. 184 tackles for them, 14 missed tackles, which is not great, but it's not the end of the world. 14 missed tackles across a half, it's not the end of the world. If you're missing like 25 to 30 tackles, it's not fantastic, but it's kind of seen as acceptable. When you're getting above that 35 plus mark, or 30 mark actually, I'd say 20 to 25 is realistically what you should be missing at max, but 30 plus is pretty bad. So I guess they're kind of on target for that. But 88.89 isn't the end of the world. The Dragons have not had a single ineffective tackle. They've had 0 ineffective tackles to 9 for the Rabbitohs. 4 errors to the Rabbits, 3 to the Dragons. Yeah, the Dragons can win this game. If they play like this, if this continues in the second half, they'll win. They'll win and they'll potentially win well. Like all those stats favour the Drags. But it says, Cam Smith is the greatest player of all time. I agree. Kobe's mind says, not the start us Dragons fans wanted, but we're back in the game. This has been a pretty Dragons performance of mine. They're winning, so yeah, it's fine. A.B. Williams says, how do you think Manly will go without Turbo and DCE? Without Turbo and DCE? Did I miss something? Did they get injured? Hold on. Did they get injured? Did I miss something? News. As Trebojevic heads for scans. Well, we need to wait and see, but they'll be awful if they don't have those guys. They'll be awful. It's pretty obvious. Speaking of runs, you had them yet? No, I haven't been sick yet, Jay. No, I haven't gotten sick yet. I have been very, very cautious about where and what I'm eating, though. At the festival yesterday, like, I could maybe get sick from something there, but like the food, I was in VIP section, so the VVIP section, whatever that is, where they had free food, like the food was included in the ticket, and it was really good food. I had one of the security guards begging me for money, which was kind of awkward. It was like, he literally just came up to me, he didn't speak any English. He goes, money. I said, what? He said, give money. I want money. I said, no. And I walked away. And then it happened again later on that day. But the point is that you get begged from everyone here. So, you get used to it. But it says you should get dinner from a food truck to really immerse yourself in the culture. Okay, firstly, there's no such thing as a food truck really over here. And secondly, no, I'm not going to be eating random street food. Lachlan Coote? No. Daniel Bates says, these teams concede a few points, can both reach the finals. These teams concede a few points, can both reach finals. I will say I've still got the Dragons probably in 8th. I don't have the Rabbitohs in 7th, though. I don't. James Species, I have a question. Why did the NRL not let the Warriors play on the Thursday? Because what you got to remember, the reason why they always get the 6 p.m. Friday game is because 6 p.m. over here, or not over here, sorry, in New South Wales is 8 p.m. in New Zealand. So if you give them the 8 p.m. game on a Thursday, that means it's 10 p.m. over in New Zealand. And it's like you've got the 8 p.m. game on the Thursday, that it's a set schedule. So you can't just push it to an 8 p.m. game in New Zealand and a 6 p.m. game in Australia because of the broadcasting rights. So 6 p.m. makes sense. You're never going to really see the Warriors too often at all play at the 8 p.m. game on a Thursday or Friday. You will see the 3 p.m. game. You will see the 5:30 game because that's 5 and 7:30 apiece. You're not usually going to see the 7:30 game in Australia for the Warriors because that would be 9:30 over there. Again, sometimes it does happen, but it's not usual. And then both games on the Sunday, whether it be the 2 or the 4 p.m. game, is fine because that's 2 hours in front, which means 4 or 6 their time. So it's all about the broadcasting rights, man, and the best ability to have their fans be able to watch. Because if you're putting on at 10 p.m. on a Thursday, people have got work the next day, kids have got school the next day, 8 p.m. is late enough as it is. 10 p.m. would be ridiculous because the game wouldn't be finishing till about 11:45, 12 o'clock at night. So that's why they don't put the Warriors on those game slots. Kobe's might say, yeah, but the first 10 minutes was horrible. I wouldn't say it was horrible, but it wasn't great, sure. Coot never really ripped it up, even here in Super League. He was good, but nothing special. But it says, or drink water from a random tap under a bridge in New Delhi. That won't be happening. I went actually and bought some water just before, actually. Lovely man down there. Doesn't speak English, but I even gave him... I think I gave him, like... So I paid for... I got that whole pack of water. So that whole pack of water, which is 3, 6, 9, 12 bottles of water, plus also a bag of, like, shavers, shampoo, some cookies and whatnot, and some chips or whatever. That cost me, like, 410 rupee, which was less than $8. Australian. Like, it was for all of that for like $8, which would be like 410 rupees. So I gave him a 500, and which is 90 extra rupees, and he was over the moon, man. Like, over the moon, because for them that's a lot. Like 90 rupees is nothing to me, but to them it's a lot. So it felt good to be able to give back to somebody who needed it more than me. Mitchell says you can have Thursday night games if you want. I don't know why you'd want it. Correct. Correct. I like Thursday night games at 8 o'clock, but I wouldn't be liking them if they were at 10 o'clock. Especially if I'm in Fiji too. Like, if I'm streaming the game, it's always 2 hours ahead, right? Actually, New Zealand's 3 hours, isn't it? Is New Zealand 3 hours ahead of Sydney right now? Time in New Zealand. No, they'd be 3 hours ahead of Queensland, wouldn't they? 5:56 p.m. That's wild for me, considering that currently here it is 10:27 a.m. Time in New Zealand is 5:57. Oh shit! And then time in Sydney is 3:57. So they're 3 hours ahead of Queensland. That's why I got confused, because I usually live in Queensland. Yeah, could you imagine the Warriors and Broncos playing at Suncorp on a Thursday night at 8 p.m? So that game would start at 11 p.m. for New Zealand. Kobe's Mind says, although you said you want random street food, and I respect that decision, in my opinion, though, when overseas, that is one of the best ways to experience the locals and culture. Won't eat, I mean. I know what you meant. I am going to be eating street food, but you have to be careful what street food you have. You can't just go up to a random place. I'm definitely going to be eating. If I get sick, I get sick. I've got things, I've got all my vaccines and whatnot. I've got medications here with me that will be fine. But also, you don't just want to taste and eat whatever you can see. Like, yes, if you can see that it looks half decent, grab it. Go have it to eat. You may get sick, you may not. But if you're seeing someone mixing the food with their feet, and they've got toenails, and they walk with like long toenails, and they're walking on the dirt around Delhi, if you're eating that, you're sick in the head. Like, truly. And not you, I'm just saying in general. Like, if someone is actually looking and saying, I want to experience India, so I'm going to go eat that random curry being mixed with that guy's foot that he's been walking around all day, and there is public toilets where you're literally just seeing people piss on the street here, I'm probably going to pass on eating that one, man. But I understand your point, and I will... Like, India is the most difficult place to solo travel in the world. 100%. Is 100%. I can see it already, right? So it's not like Vietnam, where You want to be careful about where you're eating, but like you just go up and get something from the side store, and it's probably going to be fine for the most part. It's not like a lot of these places that you're talking about, like Thailand and whatnot. India is not for the faint of heart. You can't just eat everything here because you will get really, really sick, really sick, and it's disgusting too. It might taste great, but it's disgusting too. So, and things are made differently here, man. The spices are hotter. The spices are different for your stomach. You're not used to with your body. Plus, also the way that the food's prepared. I saw a mouse just before down in the hallway. This is a nice enough area. This is a nice enough place. But outside, there's like a mouse and stuff, and the mice go through the food and all that. So you need like it's not just about going up to a random store here. I'm in India for 3 months, Blitzy. Is that a genuine thing people do? Do they actually mix things with their feet? Yes. Yeah. And worse. Like, these guys, people, it's just a part, it's just what they do. And it's really cheap, and there's a reason why it's really cheap. You can go get something for like 10 rupees, which I don't even know if 10 rupees translates. I don't even know if 10 rupees translates. 10 rupees is 18 cents. 10 rupees is 18 cents. Australian. So, you can get stuff for like 10 rupees, like, good stuff, but again, I wouldn't trust it. That'd be a massive culture shock for me. That's what I'm saying, Blissy. So you can go to a lot of places in this world, and you can trust what you're doing, ish. Still have a good awareness of your surroundings, but most people won't understand that you cannot just go up and eat whatever here. It's a very cautious experience, actually, because you can be in 5-star hotels and they can still have it, like, with mice and rats and shit around and cockroaches and stuff. You got to be super careful here, man. It'll all be on BKRtravel, man. So, like, you'll see it all on BKRtravel. I'm going to actually put my Holy video out this Monday, and then I'm going to backtrack and go and do the Vegas videos, and backtrack and do the Hawaii videos, and then and then Hong Kong, and then it's going to be on target with the India videos, right? Because I do still need to get those Vegas stuff out, but it's been a very hectic first 5 days, and I was across 2 weeks. I was across 7 different time zones, so I just wasn't able to start it, and I need to be prepared for it. But I've got like over 3,000 clips now. Especially from yesterday. I've got like 3,000 clips to edit across the last 3 weeks. Kobe's Mind says, if they mix food with their foot, I would vomit, be grossed out from it. Hard pass for me. This is the point that I'm making to you. It's not this isn't Kansas anymore, Toto. This isn't Jay gets it. This isn't Kansas anymore, man. I will say a lot of the stereotypes are completely incorrect, but there are certain stereotypes that are absolutely correct here. We're doing our best, man. We're doing our best. I was where you got to be cautious, but I thought the feet shit was a joke. Look at TikTok. TikTok's banned here in India. I can't get on it. If I go on a VPN, sure, but TikTok's banned here in India since 2020. If you are just tuning in, guys, it is halftime. It is halftime right now. So not much is going on, but it is a close game. Don't forget, right after this, we do have the Sharks and the Cowboys. And then after that, we have the Raiders and the Broncos. After that, we have the Raiders and the Broncos. Give me 1 second here, guys. Give me 1 second. Alright, they're heading back out now. Let's move back on here. Trust me, there is a reason why I have to do that sometimes. Which I can't really say here, but you'll find out on BKRtravel. That will happen occasionally, lads. That will happen occasionally. I can't explain it here, but you'll see it on BKRtravel. Daniel Bates says, so they're running back out in the field here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Smack that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. Daniel Bates says, it's bad when India can talk about its space program but can't have decent laws regarding hygiene. Yeah, but you got to remember, man, there's 1.4 billion people here. And also, it's one country, but it's also very segregated into states. So you've got, like, you've got Rajasthan to the west. You've got Delhi, which is kind of its own area. You've got Uttarakhand. You've got out, like, by Kolkata. I don't know all the states' names. Out by Kolkata, down close to Bangladesh. You've got the complete south. It's all different, man. It's all different. And so this is something I found out yesterday. If you learn Hindi, it's only good this part of India. It's only good. There's 300 plus languages here. So if you learn Hindi, it is only good in this area. They speak Tamil down south. They speak a different language even out in Rajasthan. They speak a different language out in the northeast and the east. There's 300 different languages. So if you learn Hindi, it's only good for this section of India. Fact. All right, so the Rabbitohs now will get this ball out to the 10, first tackle. Coach Mine says, so yeah, anyway, what I was saying is that locking down on 1.4 billion people who come from different dialects, who come from different cultures of India, come from different places, is kind of impossible. I would say it is impossible, really. Coach Mine says, do they eat fried insects? Because that's a common thing I hear about India and China. China, definitely. China, definitely. I'm not sure about India yet. I haven't seen it, but I would assume so. But that's just me assuming. I haven't seen it yet. But China, definitely. That's a guaranteed fact. I won't get to see the travel vids until the end of the week. I'm heading in for another stint on Monday. Be a few days without internet. God bless you, man. I hope everything goes well for you. So Jamie Humphries will kick that ball to the Dragons at the 5. At least he'll have like 3 videos to watch by then. Guys, listen, these elites are not worried about your health in any country. Don't shoot the messenger. Oh, here we go. You're going to get Jay onto it. You're going to get Jay onto the conspiracies. Come on. You get Jay onto the conspiracies. Here we go. Second tackle now at the Dragons at the 30. They give it off here to Val Holmes, and Val Holmes will bring it out to the 32, third tackle. Delhi and Kolkata is full of refund scammers from what I hear. Full of refund scammers? What's a refund scammer? Refund scammer? I'm not sure what a refund scammer. If you're talking about people who just want to get as much money out of you, then sure. But then again, I guess you can find that anywhere. But these guys here are very much upfront with you. If you're a foreigner, they'll literally just ask you for money for no reason. So Rabbitohs will grab this ball at the 15 and bring it out here to the 20. Big hit. Sure, I get that's a massive place. I learned quite a bit from an old workmate, RJ. Lovely people in the main. There is a lot more great people here than there is bad people. But there is a lot of bad people. And you're going to get that with 1.5 billion. Like, the percentage is always going to be... There's always going to be... Not split. But... It's a different culture, man. So, fourth tackle. Now get this ball now to the 45. And, like, the different states, like, there was an argument yesterday between a lady and the guy that I was talking to. He was from down south. He lives in New York. But he's from down south, and she was from Delhi. Left-hand side, Rabbitohs will be... It's still going here. Kalabatangi gives it off to Tallis Duncan, and he will get to the ball at the 35 on the Dragon side of the field. Fifth tackle. And the lady was from Delhi, and she was 100% like certain that... And he wasn't even being serious at the first. He just said, like, mother tongue Tamil or whatever. She took great offence to that. Tyrell Sloan gets his ball out here to the 20, first tackle. So they had an argument. I didn't know what was happening. It was quite heated, where, you know, she was saying that Hindi was the language, and he was saying Tamil was. It wasn't that deep for him, though. She was getting pretty feisty. It's so one that calls you up on your phone and asks to access your computer. Oh, yeah, that happens, of course. That happens with a lot of Nigeria as well. There's a job. There's jobs in Africa that actually are legitimate, just you're a scammer job. That is as a job. But when you come here, you understand the perspective is that it's different. It's very different. It's hard to explain. So fifth tackle, they consider that a job. Fifth tackle here at the 48. Oh no, Jay's not going to hide you, man. The only reason people get hidden here is because they're probably a dickhead just either insulting me or insulting NRL or just trying to get the chat fired up and whatnot. That's the only reason people get hidden here. And the only people that get upset about that are the ones that get hidden because they just want to feel free to show their animosity towards everybody. And they don't understand that I'm allowed an opinion just like they're allowed an opinion and you're allowed an opinion. Third tackle now at the 45. Sam is the one who hides everyone. Oh, man. It was funny, back in the day, I hid someone once. Oh, no, I timed someone out 5 minutes, and I just blamed Jay the whole time. Because I don't usually do any timeouts. I don't need to. Fifth tackle at the 33. That's why, and it's good because I have the voice here. So it's a lot... Oh, here we go. Try ground on the inside. They're away. At the 15, forward pass. Forward pass. Forward pass. That was going to be a try. If that wasn't a forward pass, it was going to be a try. That's a great... Oh. It must have been just forward. It was close enough to flat, but Jamie Humphries with the inside pass to Jai Gray. If that come off, they score. You could argue that every government's like that, Daniel. But we don't really talk politically here because everyone's got, especially if we're like an American stream, politics always get people up and about. So second tackle, and Dragons third at 47. At least it's a close game though. I would really like. I got invited to go with a friend up to Meghalaya. When you travel solo, you make friends pretty quickly. But I got invited to go up to Meghalaya, which is like the northeast of India. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to go all that way. Left-hand side now to Tuipulotu. He's away. The 20, the 15, the 10. Cuts back inside. Offloads it with a brilliant offload. And the Dragons will find a way to score. Not only will they score, but they will get close to the post too because Kyle Flanagan waited for it, stepped back on the inside, and then cut across. So it is now 18-12 into the Dragons with the kick to come. And with the win, you need to do it. With the wind, you need to get as close to those posts as you possibly can. And that's exactly what Flanagan did. So it was smart work. Smart work there. 34 minutes to go of the game, and it's probably about to be 20-12. I don't know how close it was, but that's a great offload there to Tuipulotu, who gets the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. You thought he was going to get tackled, but he gets a great offload on the inside of Flanagan, and they score. How close do they get? Yeah, he should be getting that from there. It's not too far. Scoreboard update? Oh, then it stopped at it. Oh, okay. Let's refresh it. Thank you for letting me know. Jay's off his rocker. Jay's off his rocker. He's been meeting too many dogs. Jay's been meeting way too many dogs. Need Oya in the chat. Hope he's doing well. Yeah, get around Oya. We haven't seen him so far this season. He'll be here at some stage for sure. I'm still one day going to meet him up in Zakynthos in Greece. I'm going to do it. Yeah, Tuipulotu. That was a strong run, man. But this offload is super underrated. Like, to be able to get that and to know that there is a support player there, it's good for the Dragons. I'm pretty happy so far, with my prediction for them being in 8th spot. I don't think they're the greatest team since sliced bread, but I think that they're a good enough team to make the 8. I'm pretty okay with it so far. Jag would be at the game, Joe. He would be there. Jag would be there. So Val Holmes now, he will put it in. So 20-12 with 33 minutes to go of the game. Long way to go, Rabbitohs fans. Long way to go. But yeah, the longer this season goes, I know we're only 2 rounds in. The longer the season goes, I'm starting to seriously doubt my overrated opinion about the Rabbitohs under Bennett in the first year. Maybe next year, sure, but be concerned about it. Just had a commercial with Haaland scoring a goal, definitely against Villa, I may add. Yeah, no, he does score a lot of goals, especially against Villa. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. Premier League's on a good time, actually, over here. Premier League's on a fantastic time zone over here, because our time zone's actually super close with you guys. So it's going to be Dragons now, who get this ball to the 15. No, get dragged back now to the 10. I'm actually going to have a look. So today at 6 p.m. is Villa versus Liverpool. Oh, that's such a sexy time slot. Oh my gosh, that is actually horn dog material. 8:30 p.m. for Man City versus Brighton. Oh my gosh, that is a sexy, sexy time slot to be able to watch the Premier League. Not like 4 in the morning. That time slot would be dead set. That time slot would be the midnight game, wouldn't it? 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12. No, it'd be about 1 a.m. That'd be 1 a.m. my time, that City versus Brighton game. It'd be like 9:30 or so. Oh no, Liverpool versus Aston Villa was last night. Oh, true, 2-2. Well done. It's a good game. There's a injury right now on the field. 2-2. So today at 8:30 is like Everton and West Ham and stuff. Are you wearing your Titans gear right there? I have my Titans jersey here to wear tomorrow. But I don't want to get dirty. And going out there's a lot of dirt around. I've got my Titans jersey somewhere. So it's going to be Jai. He's going to go for a HIA. Jai Arrow will come off here for a HIA. There we go. Yeah, I brought this over here, but I'm only going to be wearing it. I'm only going to wear it when the game's on tomorrow. I'm only going to wear it when the game's on tomorrow. It's too dirty out there to wear, man. I've also got that that shirt that was given to me by the boys at RLW Apparel, where it was the JC shirt. I've got that here too. I'm happy to wear that out because that's a little bit different to a jersey. So 4th tackle now at the 30 for the Dragons. 4th tackle. And they'll get it out to the 35 through Raymond Fatala Marin, another 40, 5th tackle. I still feel like this game's going to be a super close finish. Elias down into the corner. Jai Gray will let it bounce. It's not a 40-20. Oh, it must have been just outside the 40. Damn, that was close. I don't think that was the smartest of options. It would have been... How would he have seen where he was? That would have been a tough one. But he got it right. He did get it right. Are you going to do the white male tourist thing and buy a genuine first copy of the Indian cricket team shirt? I will be going to an IPL game. I might be going with someone. But I will be going to a couple of IPL games while I'm here. Delhi's not playing in Delhi, though, the first couple of games. They're doing it down in, like, southeast India, which is weird. But I will go to a Rajasthan Royals game in Jaipur. And I will try to get to a Mumbai Indians game at some point. I want to get to a Delhi game. Rabbitohs now 4th tackle. Play Jacob Little or we right. Hey, that's a good point. Jacob Little hasn't come on yet. And Jacob Little's very good. That's a very good point, actually. So out to the left, and it's going to be Jai Gray. Jai Gray, 40 metres away, 5th tackle. 30 minutes to go of the game, guys. 30 minutes to go. Thumbs up and subscribe. 30 minutes to go. And Jamie Humphries now kicks that ball up. Not much of a chase there, which gives Gutherson free rein to run out to the 10, to the 15, to 20's away, 25, 30, 35 taken down. No chase there from the Rabbitohs. Gave Gutherson a world of space for that one. Tyrell Sloan, decent shirt that, like it, bright colours to dazzle the opposition. I'm not a huge colour wearer, not a massive colour wearer. I don't mind this. Oh, knock on Dragons, Rabbitohs chance. I like these kind of colours. But I'm not a massive, massive colour wearer. That's where I'm a Cubs fan in baseball, but yet I kind of wear the White Sox shirt more often. Just because I like their merchandise a little bit better, because it's less colours. But India is a very colourful country, especially after what I saw yesterday. Alright, Talis Duncan, he will knock the ball on. Just as the Rabbitohs get an opportunity to strike to get back in the game, they knock the ball on again. So it's 0 tackle now. And that's a great run by Val Holmes. He'll get taken out to 42, and it's going to be a penalty. Yeah, he was offside. It's going to be a penalty there. So the Dragons back on the attack, and all comes off that mistake. And we've seen a couple of tries of the Dragons so far come off the back of the mistakes from the Rabbitohs. So that ball will go out over the halfway point. Great to see the hill packed. Oh, marker not square. Close enough. Marker not square. So Val Holmes to the 20. Oh, sorry, the 40, sorry. A right if a player isn't chosen. Slight overreach when I'm in. Well, it's that Damien Cook is the hooker for the Dragons now, and Jacob Little's actually a very good hooker, and that's why people were surprised that Damien Cook was signed to the Dragons. It was a bit of a surprise because Little had a really good year last year, and he had a really good game last week. Out to Flanagan. Flanagan goes himself, loses the ball, knocks it back. There's the knock on. Yep. Maipa Sarongi says, go the Dragon. Hey, they're up right now, but they will knock the ball on there. They may challenge this. That was longer than 10 seconds to actually climb, but sure, you can let them challenge it. The Sharks literally weren't allowed to challenge it from you, Ashley, but yet you've allowed this team to challenge it after 10 seconds. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because the Sharks were... McInnes literally said 1,000,000 times, I want to challenge it, and Klein wouldn't listen to him. Alright, so... Well, you'd argue he's lost that there. And there's a hand there. Yeah, it's going to be a knock-on. It's going to be a knock-on. Oh, that's saying play on! Well, he doesn't touch that there. Ball's always travelling backwards as he knock it on here, though. And he might just dive in this. This might be fine. Well, I would have loved to have seen, like, the close angle there, rather than just immediately assuming. But I'm sure I'm okay with it. Yusuf says, Panthers lost. I hope we win next week. Well, yeah. That's usually how it works. That is usually how it works. Light blue or nothing, especially mixed with claret, not West Ham claret and blue, though. I would... Actually, that was a good result for City yesterday with the Aston Villa drawing. 4 tackle in for the Dragons. They're 5 metres out. Yeah, it is, because you guys would have been pretty close to us then. Actually, you would have gone equal with us if you had won that game, so... Out the back to Flanagan, Gutho, Tui Pelotu, try time! So good challenge in the end. They score on fit tackle, and Tui Pelotu will score on the wing to make it 24-12 with a kick to come. This is a big kick here. It's from the sideline. The wind is going to be up and at him. Val Holmes missed a couple of sideline kicks today. Tui Pelotu loves a celebration, doesn't he? He loves a celebration. Last week he was down by a lot and was celebrating like big, and he got a little bit of criticism for it, a lot of criticism for it. This week, you're up by 24-12, so you can celebrate as much as you want now. Little is popular. I wouldn't say Little is popular, but he's just a very underrated player. I never used to rate him, but I do now. Who do I think will win the premiership this year? I got the Sharks. I have the Sharks. I'm going to enjoy... As you probably say, but they lost the Panthers last week, and then I have a great response for you. Fantastic. So I would suggest you not tell me that. I would suggest you not use that the Panthers beat the Sharks last week, because I will give you a fantastic response that you probably won't like in regards to why I still believe the Sharks win the comp this year. So 27 minutes to go of the game. Let's see if they get this kick here from the wing to make it a 14-point game. Do you think Dylan Brown deserves the money he will be on? I don't think that it's as bad as people are making it out to be, because the cap rises all the time. But I think it is a bit of an overreach. He said he's not about the money, but yet signs that much for that long. It's like he said it was all about the contract length. Okay, well, that's fine. But 13 million means you're getting paid a lot of money across 13 years. That's more on the club than it is on him. His manager's obviously done a good job there. I don't think he was worth that much, but it's not that bad for the cap, because the cap always increases. User says Panthers beat the Sharks. That's great. Panthers beat the Sharks, and the Panthers went and lost to the Roosters, who do not have a single player nearly at the point. They've got injuries galore. They've got young players. They've got all this. Round 1 doesn't mean round 2. Round 2 doesn't mean round 3. And round 1, 2, and 3 doesn't mean round 27. And round 27 doesn't mean the grand final. One game does not change your opinion on that. You might have beat the Sharks over in the... We'll see today, to be fair. But we might have beat the Sharks over in America in a very lopsided game, penalty-wise, in regards to Ashley Klein, who doesn't have a clue what he's doing half the time. He missed the kick, by the way, so it stays 24-12. But you then went and showed that Vegas means jack shit. So they improved their team with Adam Fanor-Blake. They've got a fantastically balanced team. I would look across their team and say they've got the most balanced 1 through 5. I think they've got a pretty balanced 6 and 7, but I won't say the most, because you've got Munster and Jerome Hughes. You've also then got a very balanced forward pack of Britt Nakora, international for New Zealand, Adam Fanor-Blake, international for Tonga. You've got Cameron McInnes, who is one of the hardest working players across the competition. Their team is filthy. Their team is very balanced. So, no, I think the Sharks still win the comp. Because the Roosters cheated. No, they didn't. You're just not good enough in the game. Why? What's happening here? Oh, Mitchell's just timed him out, Daniel. Mitchell tried to time out Yusuf, but it's timed out Daniel. Sorry. Oh, it's a knock on Dragons here. So Robert's getting a chance 25 minutes. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm starting to understand that now. Like, if you're saying because Roosters cheated, then you have absolutely no concept and understanding and context of rugby league, and it's time for you to probably watch a little bit more to have an understanding that it's not because the team cheated. Even when I complain about Ashley Klein, it doesn't mean that I think he's cheating. I just think that he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, it's not. I'm not questioning his integrity. I'm questioning whether he's the right man for the job. The Dingo says, hey brother, last night was a real worry. We look a little bit lost when... 1 second here. We'll do this set and then I'll read that out. So that's going to be Jai Gray, 15 metres away here from the line. First tackle for the Rabbitohs. They need to score. And they need to score close to the post, because it is only a 12-point game after. Val Holmes has missed 3 kicks today, but that is because they have been all quite wide. He got the 1 from right in front. He might have got 2 from in front. All right, left-hand side. Here's a chance. Cody Walker! Try time for the Rabbitohs, and they're back in the game. And they should get this kick. So it's 24-16 with the kick to come. Back in the game, the Rabbitohs is 24-16. Key to come. Just a little bit to the left of the post. Not a guaranteed kick, but should be getting it. Cody Walker. That's the first time we've really seen Cody Walker do a great deal today. I haven't really been impressed with Cody Walker's involvement, but today, that was a good play there. Just breaks through, pushes through, and gets over the line. So they're back in the game. The Dingo says, last night was a real worry. Manly fan for everybody. We look a bit lost when our only game plan doesn't work. Long season is still trying to fix things, but it's an issue of ours for a little while now. That's why, if you haven't seen it on my Instagram, I said, like, I'm tipping Manly, and I'm confident in Manly this season, if they're fully healthy, and that's a big if, as we've seen with Sherry Evans and Trebojevic apparently being hurt. I'm not going to let one game change my mind, just like I didn't let one game change my mind for anybody so far. And last week still did happen. I guess we'll see today with the Cowboys and the Sharks if it was the Cowboys just looking really, really bad. That'll give us a good telling point. Because the Sharks go and blow them out by 50, then you kind of look at that Manly Cowboys result plus the Manly versus Warriors result and say, well, Manly whooped the Cowboys and then got beaten well by the Warriors, and the Cowboys lost well to Manly and then lost well to the Sharks. It would be like a trajectory for the Cowboys, and it would take a little bit away from Manly. So, I don't know. We'll see how the injuries go. I'm not too fussed this early on in regards to Manly, but I did say that I thought the Warriors could get up yesterday on my Instagram. I just didn't have the balls to tip it. The Dingo says, they're really making you wait for your boys to play the last game of round 2 after the round 1 bye. Yeah, I know. It's a long time, man. We will be live for it tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, they definitely are making us wait for that one. Hopefully, it's saving the best for last. Hopefully, it's saving the best for last. But we will see, man. Angus Forster, I think Todd Smith is probably the best ref at the moment. Yeah, well, I just what happened to Adam G, bro? Like, why did Adam G just stop? I don't get it. Why did Adam G just fall off the face of the earth when in the refereeing? Did something happen and I just haven't seen what happened? I really don't understand where he went. We drew Liverpool a couple of weeks ago too. So, oh, true. Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. So I'm looking at this. Oh, Thursday the 20th of February. Oh, wow, that's ages ago. Oh, did they play that game early or something? Okay, well, anyway, today's games are pretty interesting. So you don't play anyone this week then, do you? Or do you... No. Do you play anyone, like, tonight or this weekend? Why is those games so ridiculously early? Oh, because they're late at night. Okay. All right, second tackle for the Dragons at the 22. We've got a close game in our hands here. 6-point game. We were kind of right when we were talking before the game, saying it was going to be a similar scoreline to the Rabbitohs and the Bulldogs and the Dragons last week. Does anyone know what happened to Adam G? Does anybody know? Forward tackle at the 25. Val Holmes at the 35, fit tackle. Now, do the Dragons have enough in the tank? We saw last week, yes, they finished off strongly, but they've played a different game plan today. So, do they have enough in the tank now? I think Jai Gray's going to try and claim the high tackle here. No, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine, and they'll get this ball now to the 35. It's funny, right? There's a place just across the road from me here called Chicago Pizza. And I was going to try it, but I always Google to see like reviews and stuff beforehand. And I was sitting in the store, and the guy was looking at me, waiting for me to order. And I saw a review saying like there was a cockroach in someone's takeaway box, and I just walked out. Forward tackle here at the 40. Good running here for the Rabbitohs. Good running, good running, good passing. That's forward. That's forward. They've made a lot of forward passes today, the Rabbitohs. They have made a lot of forward passes. Adam G is too good for the NRL. You could argue it. Because he just disappeared off the face of the earth and no one knows why. No one can tell me why. Extra protein. You're sick. Liam Moore should replace him. You're lucky you don't get timed out for a minute for that. You're lucky. So 21 minutes left. 56% still on the Dragons there in the chat, on the poll. If you haven't voted in the poll yet, go vote in the poll. Angus Forces might be reffing in the Super League. Is he? Is Adam G in the Super League? And you complain about pineapple on pizza. I'm not looking forward to you watching the vlog of me eating pineapple, hot pineapple in a meal in Hawaii, man. Adam G. By the way, I might actually be going back to Hawaii like after my India trip and then coming back to Vietnam. So Dragons now will be... Oh, he caught it. He didn't lose it. Adam G. Super League. Is he actually? Adam G. ref last night's game. Adam G. refereed in the NRL yesterday. Again, I wasn't able to watch it. So is that true? Is that true? So fit tackle now. 20 minutes to go, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I wasn't able to watch it. I was at Holly, so... Lachlan Ilias kicks that ball across. Can they get it up? I think that's a knock on by the Dragons. That's a high tackle. Penalty. Manly Warriors, pretty sure. Well, there you go. Well, it's like he wasn't able to referee any of the finals. He didn't referee the grand final. He didn't referee any of State of Origin. Ashley Klein got the grand final and also all 3 State of Origins. It was really weird. I had one last night. Extra ham and extra pineapple. I got lunch ordered for today. We're going to give you an extra 1 minute timeout, Mr. Hayes. We're going to be giving you an extra 1 minute timeout just for the audacity for you to think that you can talk to me about pineapple on damn well pizza in this chat. Deary me. I'd take the cockroach. I'd take the cockroach instead of the pineapple. Give me the cockroach on the pizza. Come on. Give me the cockroach on the pizza. All right, Sean Kepi now. He'll be at the 33 second tackle. Need to see the Rabbitohs making some good meters because they got out-muscled with the meters in the first half. I could see this game potentially going extras. Out to the right-hand side. Don't forward pass, though, because that's what your biggest Achilles heel has been today with those forward passes, Rabbitohs. Campbell Graham at the 40 on the attacking side of the field. Sean Kepi with one of the weakest front row runs I've seen. Need more effort and work ethic than that, man. You've got to be running the ball hard as a prop. Dude, Cody Walker, Jai Gray at the 20. He passes it. He flicks it at the back. Hit the touchy in the head. It hit the touchy in the head. Touchy's not playing, mate. Adam Reynolds with the field goal. Oh, wait. Adam Reynolds with the field goal? Oh, I get you. Oh, I get you. Yeah, okay. I clicked on late there in regards to that game, Dragons Rabbitohs, where it was 3 field goals. Touchdown playing. Touch not playing. No, you can't be passing that ball to the touchy there. Can't be passing the ball to the touchy. Stats right off the noggin, that ball. Right off the noggin. First tackle for the Dragons at the 18. I think that if you're a Rabbitohs fan, you'd be pretty concerned about how your season's going to go after these first 2 rounds, despite the win against the Dolphins. And if you're a Dragons fan, I think you'd be pretty confident that you're going to be a competitive team for the most part. Touchy must need to come from HIA, Brocky. I think that is a must for sure. We can't be allowing him to keep running down the side of the field without... Oof, good tackle there from Damien Cook. Without going for HIA. I would have absolutely no idea, Daniel. No idea. If we had a ref from the UK, Kirkpatrick or something. I don't think we've had any UK refs, have we? I think they've always been like Australian or Kiwi. I could be wrong, though. Rabbitohs get the ball at the 10. Because Perinara was Kiwi, yeah? Henry Perinara. Yeah, he was Kiwi. He's from Auckland. I can't remember having an English ref. People would complain too heavily. If they got a English ref, he would cop the most abuse. I don't think it's the right play. UK refs, they have a man named Liam Moore, which is despised by Australian Rugby League fans. Another forward pass, Rabbitohs. Are you serious? Wait for the pass. Don't. I know he's trying something, Jai Gray. You've got to give him you've got to give him a shout for trying, but come on, bro. Enough with these wild passes, Rabbitohs. You're literally throwing away your game. You really are. Did you know they were once sponsored by Specsavers? Yes. Alright, so first tackle now. Yeah, Specsavers sponsors the NRL ones too. Or did. I don't know if they still do. Jack to Bell, out to Flanagan. Flanagan, short ball, Val Holmes. 25 out, second tackle. Dragon score here. I find it a bit difficult to see the Rabbitohs winning. I'm not joking. No, we're not either. No, they sponsored them here as well. OPSM as well. No one thinks you're joking, Daniel. No one thinks you're joking. They sponsored him here with OPSM and Specsavers and all that type of stuff as well. Fourth tackle, 18 metres out. Henry Perinara played for like 4 NRL teams, didn't he? He definitely played. I don't know how many teams he played for, but he definitely played. Left-hand side, Rabbitohs take him over the sideline. Good defense in the end by Campbell Graham. Pushed out to the wing there. So what? Is Campbell Graham playing? Has he been playing wing? So it's going to be Rabbitohs ball at the 10. Good defense. They've had some pretty good defensive plays down that right side, but also they've had some easy tries scored down there as well. The NRL had a sponsor that wasn't a gambling company. I know it's a shock. It's a shock, Mitchell. I wonder how long that's going to be a thing for, right? Like, at some stage, I guarantee there's going to be a legislation where the NRL can't be, or big sporting organisations in Australia can't be sponsored by gambling. I guarantee you at some stage there'll be something significant that comes down with that. So first tackle now for the Rabbitohs at the 15. Now at the 20, second tackle. They've got a long way to go. There's still 15 minutes, only a 6-point game. Only a 6-point game. Actually, you know what? Drop in the chat right now. Comment in the chat. Who do you think wins from here? Do you think the Rabbitohs win, or do you think the Dragons win from here? Third tackle at the 25. I think from here, I've still got the Dragons. But I could see another try that sends us to overs here. Manscaped, the best YouTube sponsor ever. They sponsored me, man. Manscaped sponsored me a few years back. Alright, fifth tackle. You think South win, Brocky? Okay. It's a bold call. Down by 6, 15 to go. Haven't lit the world on fire, but they're only down by 6. And also, King says this is a good game. Both teams doing good today. It's a good game. It's a close game. I would say there is a lot of errors from the Rabbitohs, but both teams have been able to go with each other. When you think the game's over for the Dragons, then the Rabbitohs find a way back, or you think the Rabbitohs are pulling away, the Dragons find a way back. It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy game. The quality overall has been a little bit how you're going, but for the most part, it's been a decent game to watch. Oh, you're staying with your tip. Okay, yeah. Well, it's only 6 points. Like, it makes sense. It's only 6 points. I would say the Dragons have the better ball possession and position as well on the field right now. Coke Zero need to get on board. Hey, Coke Zero, if they found out how much Coke Zero I drink on these streams, probably would. Fifth tackle now at the 30. Dogs and Sharks, was it? Dogs and Sharks? I don't know what you're talking about. Knock on there from the Dragons. What's the Dogs and Sharks? Dogs play Titans tomorrow and Sharks play Cowboys today. It's really weird looking at my phone and seeing the time 11:06 a.m. and then looking down here and seeing 3:36 p.m. on my screen. So Jai Gray gets the ball to the 30. Damien Cook playing his best position right now in the centres. Is he out in the centres? Has Little come on, by the way? Has Little actually... Oh, yeah, no, yeah, he's on. Yeah, he is on. But I think the Dragons win by 1 point, Super King says. I can see it. Field goals will be tough today, though, with the wind. The wind is going to be making it tough here for the field goal department. But, you know, Val Holmes went for a 40 from before. Oh, Jai Gray whacked in the tackle at the 45. Still remember that time he dominated us in Origin Centre? Oh, yeah, Cook was fantastic in centres for Origin. Unreal. Humphreys over the top with a cutout. And there'll be a 40 metres out, fit tackle. And they go out to the left. That's going to be whacked up in the air. Good. Oh, there's not enough chase from the Rabbitohs. I haven't seen enough chase from the Rabbitohs to put pressure on the Dragons at the back. Gambling ads were less for a while here due to government legislation, but it seems to have been loosened now. Weird. Does everyone in Australia, surely you remember the Tom Waterhouse influx? Remember when Tom Waterhouse would never stop being on your screen? I don't know what that was from the Dragons. Third tackle, and they're only 13 minutes out from their own line. This isn't good. Tom Waterhouse days were brutal, man. Every 2 seconds, you'd go to an ad break and you'd see, hi, I'm Tom Waterhouse. Smoking ads were massive back in the day. Oh, yeah, probably a bit before my time, but still. Sponsors, I mean. Yeah, smoking sponsors, yeah. Well, do you know that vaping is actually illegal? 1 second here. Damien Cook kicks it through for himself. Not the play, Cookie. Not the play for mine. To be Rabbitohs ball here at the 30 or so. Vaping is illegal in India. So because of the large conglomerate of tobacco companies, vaping was made illegal in this country. You can still get it here and people still do it here. But it's illegal to have. It's illegal to vape in this country. Blah, blah, gambling advertising will definitely get reduced or outright banned sometime soon. The game used to be sponsored by cigarettes. Yeah, it did. Was it Marlboro? Was Marlboro the one who sponsored? I can't remember. I was never a smoker or anything. I just didn't like the taste of smoking. Vaped for a bit. Out to the right side for the Rabbitohs at the 40. Third tackle. 10 minutes to go of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Winfield. You're right. Yeah, Winfield. Where am I thinking? Marlboro sponsored something big. I can't remember. Jai Gray out to the left. And Tass flicks it back to Jai Gray. Jai Gray to 20, the 15, the 10. He's going to be 5 minutes out. Back on the inside. Oh, he's 1 metre short, fourth tackle. 10 minutes to go, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 6-point game. They're 10 metres away. They got numbers. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Cuts back to the inside. You need to score close to the post. That's 6 again. 6 again for the Rabbitohs. 3 minutes away. This is huge. Here we go. V8 Supercars then, maybe. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. Yep. That's a penalty here to the Rabbitohs. They're not going to obviously go for the kick. They're going to be 10 metres out. You have to score close to the post. Benson and Hedges did the cricket. Well, there you go, yeah. V8 Supercars, yeah. Take the 2. Thank you, Mitchell. That would be something that the Brisbane Broncos would do. They are a very big 2-point taking team. Very big. Actually, didn't the Panthers take the 2 down 14 last night, I heard? Out the back now to Tola. No, it's Havili, sorry. Havili is 5 metres away from the line. Peter Mumbles-Ellis. Short ball! Try time, Sean Kempe! Try time, Sean Kempe. Right next to the post. Great pass from Peter Mumbles-Ellis. And we are going to be at a tie game here with 9 minutes to go. I said we might be seeing overs here. It is 24-22 with a kick to come to the Rabbitohs from right in front. We are going to be seeing a tied game with just 9 minutes left. Brent Neslick says, how's the butter chicken, Mr. Streamer? I haven't been able to have it yet, but I'm going to probably have it tonight or tomorrow. I'm probably going to look for it tonight, but I've got to do 3 games today, so it's only like 11 a.m. over here, 10 past 11 a.m. over here, so after this game, I'm going to rush and grab something to eat. There's like a Vietnamese or Thai store just down across from me, but because I haven't eaten this morning, because things don't open here until a little bit later. But I'm going to have butter chicken tonight. I'm so excited. So excited. But Kepi will score under the post, basically, so it's about to be a tie game. Try time, bing bong, my bish. Exactly right, Brocky. Every time. You are the try time, bing bong, my bish bloke. You are him. Kepi's been good for them today. This game has just been a tale of both teams being able to stick with each other. You know, the Dragons were able to stick with the Rabbitohs early when they were looking poor, and the Rabbitohs have been able to stick with the Dragons when they've been looking poor. Sport says, how are the Rabbits doing so good without half their team? Because of Wayne Bennett. That's why I tipped them for 7th this year. I don't think I want to put them in 7th still, but Wayne Bennett is Wayne Bennett. He knows how to get it out of his players, regardless of who they've got. Tie game, 24-24 with 8 minutes to go. Get in the chat. What do you think the final score will be? Will it be a try to the Dragons and they win, or a field goal? Will it be a field goal to the Rabbitohs and they win, or a try? Let me know in the chat. The Rabbits are doing well because Wayne Bennett is Wayne Bennett. That's why I still put them in 7th, even though I do not believe in them this season. If the Dragons lose this game, this is the same Dragons team as before. If the Dragons lose this game, this is the same Dragons team we've seen for years. Val Holmes field goal. So the only issue, and I agree that Dragons still probably win this game, and I agree in regards to the field goal, outside of the fact that Wollongong is a hard place to kick field goals. The wind is always very awkward in Wollongong. It's just really, really difficult. Sean Cappy with a good run this time, 12 metres out, first tackle. Angus Paul says they'll beat a lot of those lower teams, but can't see them doing any damage to those top 6 or 7 teams. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Rabbitohs or are you talking about Dragons? I guess you could argue both. You could argue the same thing for both. Third tackle here at the 25. Mate, I could really see the Dolphins struggling this year. Rabbits. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go toe-to-toe with like a team like the Sharks. I don't think they'll go toe-to-toe with a team like the Melbourne Storm. But yeah, I do think they'll beat out a lot of the lower teams and the mid-range teams. Brian Crumpelsig says it's chicken makhani in India. What are you trying to make me say? Unless, is that because I know butter... Hold on. I'm going to just make sure here. You can understand where I'm coming from that I have to Google this. So it is, that's what they call butter chicken. Okay, well, there you go. I need to make sure. You know, sometimes people in the chat, they take the piss. So I had to make sure, Ryan. But thank you for letting me know that. But butter chicken originated from Delhi, so... Fit tackle now at the 40. They give it off to Jamie Humphreys, who'll kick this ball down into the corner where it will be the Dragons coming out from the 15. Tyrell Sloan to the 20, the 25, to the 30. It'll be 30. No, it'll be taken back to the 30. So 30 metres out. Literally a tie game. Indian internet heaps better than Oz. Oh, mate. True, bro, the internet speed here is like 150 upload speed. And the download speed is like 150 as well. My place in the Gold Coast was like 10 or 12 upload speed and like 15 download speed. That tells you the difference. And like the internet was fine, but here is just bang. Out the back into Val Holmes. Val Holmes cuts out. He gets the offload away to Gutherson. Gutherson's got a bit of a hole here. He's at 29. He's still moving. He's still moving. Gets it back to Jaden Sewer. Sewer found a hole. This is really awkward attacking for the Dragons, but they're making meters. Are you going to set for a field goal here? 6 minutes to go. You're 15 meters out. You're a bit far to the right. Are you going to shape up for a field goal here? And there's an injury for Keon Kolomatangi in the back play. So they've had to slow the play down. Been a decent round so far for me. Nice Dolphins was fine. It was okay. Yesterday would have been pretty good to watch because of both upsets. Big upsets too. And this game is a super close game where it's down to the final 6 minutes here. And we don't know who the winner is just yet. 15 metres out. Fit tackle for the Dragons. Ilias won't go for the field goal. Kicks it across. Into the air. Knocked back by the Dragons. Kicked it across. It's gone backwards still. It's still fit tackle. It's still... Does he realise? Yeah. Okay, got the ball away. And that was just dumb from Flanagan, bro. Pass the ball, dude. You got to pass the ball in that situation, man. That was a real lame way to end that. That is not the play, man. That was not the play. So now it's a changeover, and the Rabbitohs are going to get this ball here to the 25. Here we go. Pump it home. Let's see. Pump it home. They roll it back into Mamazelis. Off to Tass, and Tass is going to be 32 metres away now, second tackle. Remember when Isaiah Tass, everyone was thinking that he wasn't going to have a spot in the team? And now because of the injuries and whatnot in the back line, he's just like permanently got a spot in the team. Out to Humphreys. Humphreys here. There's a chance here for the Rabbitohs through the middle. Oh, he's been taken to the 35. Great run there from Jaden Sullivan, though, the ex-Dragon, to the 32 now. Fourth tackle. Did they consider the field goal? There is 5 minutes left here. Could we see the first extra time game of the season? Jai Gray. 25 out, fit tackle. Texas, get around you, brother. Hope you will. Good game, this one. Out the back to Cody Walker, who drops it, goes backwards again, though. Saliva Havili off to Jamie Humphreys. Field goal! Field goal! Field goal! I think he got it! That was not meant to be a field goal, but Jamie Humphreys has just randomly kicked a left-footed field goal. I do not think that Jamie Humphreys was ever considering going for a field goal there. The ball ended up bouncing to him. He put the left boot behind it, and he puts it over the goalpost. But it's 25-24, 4.5 minutes to go here. The Rabbitohs have taken the lead. Just a reminder, 15 minutes ago, they were a chance of going behind by... Sorry, just over 10 minutes ago, they were a chance of going behind by 14. Why neither of them setting up for field goals? Because the wind is awkward in Wollongong, man, so it's not your first point of emphasis here. But that right there has just shown that, you know, Jamie Humphreys has got a nice field goal kick on him. That was a really clean hit. And the wind didn't impact it too heavily. I've been on keto for a while, Daniel, but you can't be on keto and travel overseas. It's not possible. Especially not India. India is a very carb-heavy country. So Roosters top 4 team now? No way. Absolutely not. Still got them where they are until proven otherwise. Broncos game still happened, man. One game doesn't change your opinion on that. Broncos game still happened. They just had a lot more to play for yesterday. So 4.5. I never saw a world that they would win the game. I did see a world the Warriors won, but I didn't see a world the Roosters won. They surprised me greatly, but I think they had a lot to play for that day. Rabbitohs will catch it at the 33. 4.5 minutes for the Dragons to try and save their bacon. They will go 0-2. The Rabbitohs will go 2 from 2 to start the season if they win this game. If the Dragons lose, they will go 0 from 2. They will go 0 from 2 in the and the Rabbitohs would go 2 from 2, which is a crazy start. I did tip them 7th. I still don't want to put them in that 7th position. I still think the Rabbitohs might miss the 8, but you know, Wayne Bennett gets it out of him, man. He just knows how to get it out of his players. Mamazelis with a good run, 40 minutes out, 4 tackle. I seen how the Wires could have to being at home. Well, I just thought that Vegas proved nothing to me, and Manly still could be quite inconsistent. So we spoke about this before with the Dingo. But But long season to go. Fifth tackle now at the 25. Who won the Warriors game? Warriors beat Manly by like 36-18 or something. So Rabbitohs now out to the left. Jamie Humphries kicks it into the corner, and the Dragons will grab this ball 5 minutes out. Gutho will bring it out to the 12. First tackle, 3.5 minutes to go here. There's only 1 point in it, Rabbitohs' way. Yours. The Wombles won. The old Wombles. Yeah, no, really, Texas. Really. So second tackle, Jack DeBellin out the back to Flanagan. There's a good run here, Val Holmes. Probably should have passed that to Moses Sully. Probably should have passed that. No, it was Tui Piloto again. No, it was Lucian Leilua. I get confused, man. Now it's Tui Piloto with the ball at the 40. Still yours. So fourth tackle now for the Dragons at the 40. There's 3 minutes to go. They'll still get at least another set. Gutherson, that was the worst run, bro. Like, what is that run from Gutherson? Manuel says Garrick is not a centre. I agree. For tackle, they got numbers. It's 2 on 1 out here, 2 on 1. And then Damien Cook in the centres. It's fifth tackle, Dragons. I can't believe this team keeps getting tackled on fifth, bro. That's a great tackle there. That is a fantastic tackle there of Isaiah Taz. But the Dragons now, their last like 2 sets have been caught on fifth tackle. I don't understand why they're not kicking it. Texas says, I'm from New Zealand and telling you now, Warriors will never win a grand final. How about we just relax? How about we just relax on this one? I'm thinking of starting the carnival or something that doesn't work, but it does work, but it's hard to do. It's very hard. Is one of your hands red, Blaze? Yeah, from Holy yesterday, man. You can probably see a little bit of red still on my face and yellow. It looks like I got beaten on my throat, green and blue there. It's because of the colours of Holy yesterday, man. You would have seen it in full force. You'll see it on the vlog on Monday. I'm putting a vlog out for Holly earlier on BKRtravel. But, Giant Grey, 22 minutes out. But you would have seen the full force on Instagram if you follow me. So, fifth tackle now. Jamie Humphries kicks that ball across. Rabbitohs knock it on. All right, Dragons, you have got 1 full set. 1.5 minutes to go. It's a 1-point game. Don't forget, guys, we will be live for the next game, which is the Cronulla Sharks taking on the North Queensland Cowboys up there in Townsville. We will be there. Jay just got the link for that. Is that like a festival thing? Yes, Brenton. Yeah, no, it's the festival of colours and love and whatnot. It basically represents good winning over evil. So Dragons now at the 25. It's a big thing over here. Just like Diwali and whatnot. Second tackle at the 28. It's going to be Flanagan who gives it out to Leilua. Leilua across and knock on, game over. Knock on, game over. Robert says, beaten in your throat ain't a good phrase. Hey, listen. It looks like I've been beaten in the throat. You're the one thinking sick, mate, so it tells me more about you than it tells me about me. But fair enough. Beaten all day in the throat, son. Beaten all day. Got some sick minds here in the chat, but the Dragons knocking that ball on. That will mean the Rabbitohs now look like they're going to have a 2-from-2 start to the season against the Dolphins and the Dragons. And the Dragons are going to go 0-from-2 to the Bulldogs and the Rabbitohs. They will be disappointed because they would have expected to win this game. The Rabbitohs will be over the moon, but they played 2 teams that were very much beatable. Who do the Rabbitohs play next week? The Rabbitohs in round 3 will be taking on the Cronulla Sharks in Cronulla. Good luck with that one. I think Sharks get that win. Dragons next week are going to be playing the bye, so they'll get their first win of the season. Well done. 25 seconds left here. Third tackle for the Rabbitohs, 10 metres out. Fourth tackle, 3 metres away. Go for another field goal. Bit of cockerel about it. You know. Doesn't mind it. Big cockerel guy. All right, fifth tackle now, 3 metres out. There's a big logo. There's a big brand in India actually called Cock, by the way. True story. True story. It's a big brand. It's what they were using yesterday at the Holly. Who are they challenging? What are they challenging? Is that over? They've called game over. There we go. Game over. 25-24 to the South Sydney Rabbitohs. They go 2-from-2 for the season. They will go into third position, won't they? So plus 16 for the Knights points differential. The Rabbitohs are plus 2, and then now plus 1 will be plus 3. So they will go to 3rd for now, but plenty of teams can jump them. I'm going to jump off for now, guys. I'm going to rush out and grab something to eat before the next game, which is the Cronulla Sharks taking on the North Queensland Cowboys. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, guys, and subscribe. I'll be live very, very soon for that one. I appreciate you as always, and good win for the Rabbits. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See you.